This is Proverbs Guy, and this is the Proverbs Guy Ministry YouTube channel. You might notice if you're watching this video that the comments are going to be a little bit slower than they usually are, and that's because MissingMod is not out in the comments tonight. She is in the studio. How are you, MissingMod?
Great. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we hear you just fine.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm not going to be destroying the chat this time.
I mean, it does help with the algorithm, so I appreciate that. But I wish my comments that I say with my mouth didn't offend you so much so that you retaliate in my comments.
Yeah, I'm pretty uh angry. I get angry at you for sure. I've never wanted to punch someone so much. And I'm sorry. Okay, don't
Was
call
it
the cops on me.
was that only over the flat earth
No.
debate that I hosted? You've wanted to punch me over other things.
Other things. Many. Many. And it's out of love though. Just like a love punch, like a love black eye or something.
I get
I'm
that, and
kidding,
I
Stu.
fully understand that, and I don't know if some of our viewers comprehended that what we have is like a sibling rivalry.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's I'm like they think we don't know each other or something. I don't know. We've had long conversations, lots of them.
Hours and
Yeah.
hours and out, like 4 hours at a time before. So yeah, you get to know somebody pretty good. I don't know if people in the comment section understood that though, so I'm glad we were able to do this tonight. And one of the reasons I'm glad is because I'm going to this is like my this is my season finale, tonight's episode. I'm going to be going to, for the next month and a half or 2 months, I'm going to be going to only doing Monday night episodes with your dream guy. And the rest of my time, I will be farming. And after harvest season, I'll be coming back to this full time like I have been. But that's what is going to be going on with me for just a little while. And I thought, you know what? What would be the best finale episode that I could offer people? The conversation between MissingMod and Proverbs Guy. The conversation everybody wanted to see happen.
Well, I don't know. You couldn't have gotten like Big Bad Mama. I guess he
You
only
know
goes on
what?
marks.
Even though Big Bad Mama has never come on the show, I still feel like you are the Bigfoot, right? Getting you to make an appearance is like
Mm.
catching the Loch Ness monster in a selfie.
Yeah, everybody might be pretty disappointed now because I don't know. I just
Because you
I'm
showed your
very
face
shy.
with Proverbs Guy.
No. No. It's cuz I'm very shy. I'm not a live stream. I don't know. Everybody's always like, "Oh, you make videos and you put your face on videos." It's like, well, it's a lot different when you're by yourself and you can edit it.
So you just did a video on the King James Bible, and it's 45 minutes long. The agreement we made is that you come on the show and I watch your video. So I will be watching it tomorrow and commenting all throughout it. We can watch it
Tomorrow.
tonight. Do you want to watch it
No,
tonight?
no, 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 not with me. Okay.
Oh, okay. It depends
Look,
on how late this episode goes.
you literally took my deal and then changed it on me. And then see, this is why I get so aggravated with you
What if I
because
send
I
you a
cannot say
dollar?
no.
Would it help if I sent you the dollar that was the original bit?
Um, hmm. Let me think.
Or what if I watch the
What would I
episode,
take?
I watch your video, and then I'll send you 50 cents. We'll cut it down
Hey,
the middle.
you know what would be really cool is how about this? Well, no, it's worth way more than $1 though. I was gonna say I would love like a cool avatar from your girlfriend.
Oh, I can make that happen. No, I can
Really?
certainly make that. Yeah, of course.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And then you can put it into Canva and use Canva to make it into a logo.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, yeah, but I wanted to be like a warrior or something, like you out there with your flag.
Oh, well, yeah, she could put your face on anything. Do you want your face
Oh,
on George Washington? That's what she did for me.
no, Uh-uh. No,
No.
not George Washington. More like yeah. I don't know who I would pick. Someone awesome though,
You don't think
with a
George
sword.
Washington is awesome?
Oh, I think he's awesome, but he's a guy. I don't want to be a guy.
You know
I mean,
what? In this day and age, what you just said could be considered a hate crime.
well,
Wanting to identify as your own gender, like, how dare you?
yeah. And I've always been a more tomboyish type myself. I've never really been like a girly girl.
That's interesting. Did you ever go through times where you thought you might have been homosexual or thought you might have been a man trapped in the wrong body?
No, no, nothing like that. I mean, like I wait. This isn't about me. No, I've never thought I was a man or anything. I've wished that a few times, but I think every woman has.
Wow. You have
Yeah, because
wished to be a man?
well, yeah. I mean, how much easier would it be if you could just pee anywhere? You know?
Okay, that's a benefit, yes. But you guys
Yes.
have the ability to literally create life. Like, that is a miracle that you get to produce. We'll never experience that. The best thing we got is we can pee outside. And granted, it's almost a good trade off. But,
Uh, as long as you don't get kidney stones, right?
um, yeah. Yeah, no, that
Have
would
you
be terrible.
have you ever had one?
I haven't, and I'm praying I never have to. I've also never had a colonoscopy, and I'm praying I also never have to have that.
Well, kidney stone is much harder than a colonoscopy, I think. But yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
From what I heard, it is the closest a man can ever feel to the sensation of a woman giving birth. That doesn't mean it's equal in pain, but that's the closest we can ever get to it.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
know it's
that
painful.
oh yeah. Yeah. That's something that at least yeah, I'm not even going to say that. That's hateful. I'm going to take Brett's thing. That's hateful.
So let me ask you a question. Um, we don't. This isn't gonna be a defend your position, but I'm curious as to what got you looking into the flat Earth stuff.
Well, I used to watch, that show Ancient Aliens.
Yeah, great show.
Well, I used to love that show, and I was like real I guess you call it lukewarm or something. I had been saved since I was 14, but I started watching that show and became obsessed. I started to doubt the stories in the Bible and started to think, okay, I didn't know why it was written, but I just thought, it's wrong. And I don't know what brought me to YouTube, but I got on there and I seen there's a guy named Jaronism that does flat Earth videos, and he's a pretty popular flat earther. And I literally was by myself and I seen this thumbnail with like a devil holding onto a globe. And I was like hungry for conspiracies after this show, and the season was over. So I literally looked around, was like, oh my God,
Hungry
I can't
for
believe
conspiracies. I mean,
yes.
that doesn't. Do you think like that might have left you in a vulnerable state that you could have been easily influenced by the next conspiracy theory you stumble on?
Yes. Yes. I do agree with that. But the ancient aliens theory and the flat earth are two totally opposite things. And
True.
it one cancels the other. So I don't know what made
Well,
me play it.
I don't understand why flat earthers say that because I mean, let's just say that you're right. Like let's say the earth is flat. I don't see how that would disprove the existence of aliens because I don't believe aliens are extraterrestrial anyways. I believe they're either holy angels or fallen angels. I think they're
Well,
demonic most of the time.
well, see, at the time, I didn't know. I just didn't know. So I was just like, all right, let me play this, and looked around first, embarrassed, right? Because I was just like everyone else. And this guy, Jaronism, isn't even religious. Okay. So for him to have a picture of this cartoon Satan around a globe is kind of weird anyway when I look back on it.
Hmm.
But so I played it and there was things that didn't make sense. And from that's where it started, was on YouTube pretty much. And then I seen what really got me going and got me realizing that the Bible is true is that performance. I don't know, a lot of people have probably seen it, but the performance Beyonce did at the Super Bowl, where
I
the
didn't
guy
watch it.
slowed. Well, this guy slowed her video down, and you can see she's possessed by something, and it just shocked the crap out of me. I'm like, this is real. These people are influencers, and they're influencing all these massive millions of people, and she's got a demon, and it has a name, and just all that. And yeah, then Trump announced he was running for president, and it just kind of all happened in 2016, I guess, or 2015.
Well, let me ask you this, because I know that in the flat Earth community, the consensus is that aliens are bullcrap. So, with all of the
Wait,
UFO
what?
stuff, well, yeah, most of the flat earthers I've met think that aliens can exist.
No, I don't. Absolutely, I think it's all still exactly the same. They're just not coming from outer space.
Okay. See, I think you're in the minority with that opinion in the flat earth
Yeah,
side.
maybe. I don't
If
know.
if your side is correct, I think you would have to be accurate.
Yeah, definitely. There's stuff happening, and there are things. And what got me is there's guys out there that have been researching this stuff and interviewing people that have experiences, like that have been abducted and stuff. And this guy was telling a story about a man that he interviewed, and the man said that he had just gotten saved and wasn't they were sleeping, and this thing he I don't know if he ever got around to describing what it looked like, but it came into the room and it started to lift him up out of the bed. And he said that he just said, Jesus, save me. And it just dropped him. Everything stopped. An alien abduction. Okay. So I'm like, well, that's and he said that they had it hidden and he just happened to stumble on it somehow. I can't remember exactly how the story goes. And apparently there are tons and tons and tons of accounts of the name of Jesus stopping these encounters and abductions. And that right there is proof that you got the name Jesus has power and authority over over everything, you
Amen.
know. And it was his wife also, this man in the story, his wife also gave her testimony saying that she thought he was jumping in the bed, and so it woke her up. So I mean, this is real. These are really real accounts, like people that want to deny that the supernatural exists, or you know it's just crazy to me. There's so many people out there that have told stories that they have witnessed things together. I mean, it's just too massive. You can't even deny it. Some people can, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, my theory is that they're going to make aliens known to the public here soon, and those aliens are going to convince us that there's a big bad alien coming to destroy our planet, and that we have to work with them. And the alien they're referring to is going to be God. It's going to be the return of God. And these demons are going to try to trick mankind into fighting with them against God when he returns
yeah,
to see
yeah,
even
exactly
the
like
elect if
Transformers.
possible. Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly like Transformers or any other movie. I just love Transformers because I think that it's not real. Obviously, I don't think it's real. I've already talked to you about that, but um,
You didn't
yeah.
like when we read from the Book of Enoch last night, did you?
I don't hate it or anything. I'm just like, I think I trust that God can get His word to us with no problem. Whether or not some guy put a comma somewhere does not matter. The Lord is going to make sure He's powerful, and He is going to make sure that that book is flawless. It has to only be one. That's why I get so aggravated about that, because it can't be in all these other versions. It just has to be in one of them. I just want to know which one that is.
Because
You
I
know.
think you're getting caught up on the letter of the translation instead of the spirit of the translation. I do.
Um,
I think you're getting more caught up on what each word says than the message that is Jesus Christ from start to finish.
No, I want see, that's why I wanted you to watch my video, because that's what it's about. It's about the um verses that are missing, and the see, I want you to watch the video, but the one of the translators, the main translator that was like interviewing scholars and stuff involved with the NASB, literally repented of the version because he thought that his soul was in danger of going to hell. And his quote is out there. You can just Google it. I can't remember what his name is now. I said it so many
Do
times too, and I
you
can't remember.
do you trust the people who translate the Dead Sea Scrolls?
I trust that the Lord got his word to us. And the only people that don't have any stories about being cursed afterwards are people like King James and his scholars or whoever,
But
whatever
I
it
mean,
is that they
you
had do
would
it.
agree that the people translating the Dead Sea Scrolls, they're experts, they understand the ancient language, they understand the ancient isms that don't even exist in Hebrew anymore. Um, you 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 would concede that they are experts in the language.
Um, what today?
The ones who are translating the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah,
Well,
the
for which book?
scholars. What do you mean for which book?
Are you
So
talking
the
about
Dead
just
Sea Scroll Project, they found a plethora of ancient scrolls of the Old and New Testament. I'm sorry, no, just the Old Testament. And among those, some of the finds, they found books of Enoch. But they have the best trained translators in Israel translating these scrolls. And the consensus is that in these ancient scrolls, some of those verses in the King James Bible are not in the oldest scrolls we have. I know you disagree, and that's fine.
I just believe that whatever was I'm not saying that Enoch isn't true. I do believe it. I believe in the Nephilim and all that. I'm fully on board with that. Um and then yeah, let me skip that part. But um I think that the Lord obviously put in what he thought was important, what we needed to hear. And anything else is up for, whatever. It's possible that it's not. Um it's possible that it's there to deceive us. I don't know. Like I'm not sure. And yeah, I think that scholars and people that know other languages, yeah, they're great and they're probably smart and everything. But if the Lord doesn't have his hand on them, I feel like he got that word out there. He did it right. He's awesome like that. And it's nice for history and all that stuff, but it can't be brought as proof if you're talking about it in a biblical sense, I think. Not
Yeah.
saying that I don't believe it. No, I'm not saying that.
Well, so what I have said with the extra biblical books is that if it agrees with a point that's made in Scripture, I will personally use it as a second witness. But if it differs with Scripture, I have to reject the whole thing. But there are
Yeah.
some books that don't differ with the canon whatsoever.
And see, they're probably right. It's just for some reason they didn't get put in. I don't know why. It's gonna
Well,
have to be something you ask him.
some of them they declared it was like repetition, and they just didn't want to have so many versions of the same story because the Gospels are not the only where in Scripture where you have different perspectives of the same story. That happens through Scriptures earlier, in First, Second Chronicles and First and Second Kings. You'll have retellings of certain stories. So that's not it's not an enigma in the New Testament.
Yeah, see, I don't all I only know what I know, right? All I do know is that yeah, I just want you to watch that video, and I can't believe you. Now you want to fight, we are going to.
I'll watch the
I can't
video.
believe
It's
you didn't
just
watch it last
I'm
night.
studied, and from what you've told me about it, I just don't know that I'm gonna
You
agree
can
with
Google
it,
it.
but I'm
You
gonna
can Google
watch
it
it.
right now. Google it right now. What's the guy's name? It's Rod. Oh man, does
Rod
somebody
Stewart.
remember? No, the guy that was helping with the NASB. Man, I gotta look it up. It's like Roginson or something. He's got a, I don't know. Let me see. Um, uh, there was something else I was gonna ask you. Now I can't even think about it. I can't remember.
Was
Um,
it about the Nephilim?
no. Um, well, what do you? Oh wait, who who was it that was talking about an experience they had? They seen something or something like a supernatural. Was it you?
I have had several experiences, but you have to remember I co-founded that paranormal investigating group, Down Home Paranormal. So
Mm,
I actively sought after that stuff for a few years.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I remembered some. Well, what was one of the experiences? Have you talked about it?
Um, I've talked about it a couple times here or there. You want one of the experiences? Do you want like a creepy personal experience, or do you
Yeah.
want like some of the creepiest EVPs we've ever got? What do you want?
Um your personal experience. Like, and if you've seen anything, cuz hearing something is, well, I guess hearing stuff is interesting too. Yeah, just tell me anything.
All right, so this is an interesting. I'm gonna share this story with you. I think this is cooler for what you're looking for. So me and my brother, who's deceased now, and one of our best friends, Mark, we all three were in this paranormal investigating together, and we went to this house in North Carolina. It was a farmhouse that was converted into a hospital during the American Civil War for a period of time. It was older than the American Civil War, so that's how far it goes back. That's how much history was tied into this house. Well, we got permission from the owner to go do an EVP session at 3 in the morning. So at 3 in the morning, the three of us, we go to the location and we're sitting in the living room and we're waiting and we can't see anything. It's pitch black. And we had set a EVP recorder over by the stairs. And we're talking and we're all just getting a little bit, angst. We're getting a little nervous. And my brother, he says, I have an Irish cross that was made in Egypt. Just trying to break the tension. And a few seconds later, we all just got this overwhelming feeling at the same time that we needed to get the heck out of there, like right then. And you hear us on the EVP recorder. We went and grabbed it, and then we're fighting each other to get to the door. And we all run and jump in the vehicle like scared kids, and we rush home, and we're going through the EVP recordings to see what we had got. And as soon as my brother had said that he had an Irish cross made in Egypt, something very angry comes marching down the stairs, walks right up to the EVP recorder and says, "Get the F out now." And
Wow.
immediately afterwards, you hear all of us say, "We just need to go. Let's just get the recorder and leave, guys."
Wow. That's creepy.
That was one of many different experiences, and I would advise everybody to stay as far away from that stuff as you can because it's witchcraft and it's demonic.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, cuz sometimes some things will go home with you. They go with you,
Yeah.
especially when you ask them questions. That's when they are invited, pretty much. Because I mean, if you ask someone for help, you're, you know, that's it.
Well, I firmly believe that they are not deceased relatives. I
Yeah.
wholeheartedly believe that ghosts are demonic. I think they're demons, and I think they take on appearances of vulnerable people or familiar people so that people will let their guards down and allow this spirit to dwell with them.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that because then they ask them questions, and that's it.
Well, haven't you ever noticed that like 9 out of 10 haunted houses, it's either a little kid or it's an old person. It's never like a 7 foot tall, 300 pound burly guy, right? It's always like a helpless, defenseless, innocent spirit. Like big, bally bikers never got killed and had a spirit left behind.
Yeah, right. Hmm.
It's just all of them that we investigated. I'd say all of them would eventually reveal themselves to be demonic.
Yeah, especially if it's like it's been you've been in here in the dark and alone all this time, and you're telling us to leave.
Right.
I wouldn't want anybody to leave. I would hate being by myself. I don't know. I like being by myself now, so it's better that way.
Hmm.
But
Yeah. So, what about you? Do you have any creepy stories like that? Anything like that ever happened to you?
I do have one.
Oh,
And
good. Tell me.
it's a dog man story actually, and it's you know
Like Island of
really
Dr. Monroe kind of stuff?
yeah, kind of, but they didn't look weird like those things. It looked like the most healthy, in shape man I've ever seen. I only seen the top half of its body because someone was in the way, but it it's weird because for like a week before I seen this thing, um, this I thought it was just a white fluffy dog, but I'm looking back on it now thinking maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was something else. I've
I
never
thought
seen
it
a
was
wolf
the
in
most
person.
I thought it was the most in shape human
It
body you've
was.
ever seen.
It was. Let me tell you the story. So I see this dog coming in for a week. Every night, same exact time, it comes in the yard and does this one path. It does the exact same thing every night. And I thought that was kind of weird, but I'm like, whatever. And so one night, I'm here by myself, and my kid's grandmother, well, my stepkid's grandmother, she's coming in the back door, and I see this thing, and it's glowing. Okay, it's glowing like my headphones are glowing, but
Hmm.
kind of like a one of those glow in the dark stars that you would put on your roof, but it was like kind of not as bright. And it was a man, a naked man. Well, I remember the muscles in his back. That's all I can remember. I don't know how in the world I knew it was only half humanoid, but um it's just walking across my backyard behind her, and I'm like, I can't even speak. I literally was like trying to say something and I couldn't force a word out, trying to get her to turn around so she could witness it too, so I wasn't the only one. And so she stepped up in the doorway and blocked my view so I couldn't see it anymore, and I'm like trying to tell her to move so I can see. And so she just turns around right in the doorway and she screams, "It's a creature," which I don't know what that meant. I still don't. And so I
It
finally
means it's a
push her out.
freaking creature, man. Are you not
Yeah.
listening?
Well, I mean, she never said that she seen what I seen. She never even said what she did see, actually, now that I
Yeah.
think about it. She was a witch at the time. So I was
Mm.
thinking maybe that was the connection, but I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, I'm sure it
And
was.
so and so I finally push her out of the way, and I see the dog that I see every night coming in the yard. I see it running up the driveway. And I'm like, what the heck? That was not a dog a second ago. That was a freaking guy. That was a dude, a man with like a dog head or something. I don't know. I can't prove it, and I know what I seen. I know what I seen, and it freaked me out. But it wasn't glowing or anything in a dog form. It was only glowing when it was, and there was no full moon, but it kind of looked like there was a full moon on his skin. The way it was glowing.
And you
That's what made me,
wholeheartedly believe this to be like a werewolf. I mean, I know
yeah,
you're not using the word werewolf, but you're describing a werewolf.
absolutely, absolutely. I seen it clear. I mean, it wasn't daytime, but I seen it as clear as could
Well,
be. I seen it.
it's always made me wonder. Like, you have these horror movies where people come up with the depictions of the most bizarre, demonic, spirit type monsters for these movies. And it makes you wonder if these things exist somewhere or if they just exist in this guy's mind. And what I say by that is not like, oh, is there this like bad ghost in someone's basement? No, what I mean is more like, is are these people who are drawing and thinking up these monsters, are they tapping into something that's very real for their inspiration?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely think so. I believe that. Um, but I never seen this thing after that. It never came back again. Well, at least that I seen.
Well,
But
yeah, it knew at that moment
yeah,
that there was no future for a relationship with you guys because your mom had just called it a creature, so I hurt its feelings.
yeah, and it was white, white.
Color doesn't matter. I mean, if it had a good
Yeah,
heart,
it
it had a
does.
good heart.
Look, I've looked around. Oh, oh my goodness. No, I wouldn't mean it like that. But I looked around. I've looked and looked and looked trying to find other stories similar that have seen a white one before, and they're very rare. I haven't even I see like titles of videos that say that, but I just never get across the white one. But it was like 8 foot tall.
I just
It
thought of
was like
something
eight
else that
foot
I
tall.
would like to address. And if you think of stuff as we go, just bring it up.
I will.
My IQ is not 46.
You said it, not me. I
Okay, that is accurate. I did tell you that. But when I told you that, I was trying to think of a low enough IQ that it would be like humanly impossible to obtain that number. And then I didn't I still don't know if that's like a humanly possible low IQ. But then
I don't know.
you called me out on it the other day and you're like, "You're so stupid with your 46 IQ." And I was like, "I should probably clarify that."
Well, we could always just take a test right now. You got
You
it for
want to
free.
you want to do IQ tests on YouTube live for the world to make fun of us?
Well, hey, mine came. I did one right after that whole thing because I was like, well, what would mine be? I don't even know. I've never even taken an IQ test. And it was like, I think I said it was like 96 or 94 or something. And when I looked it up, it said average.
Mm.
So
You think you're
I'm not,
average?
well, no, the IQ test said that.
Yeah, the issue is I went on and I did an IQ test that same day that you dropped that comment, and I took it and it gave me the number, and then I took another one and it gave me a number that was off by like 7 points. So I took a
Well, what was the
third
number?
one and it was off by like I don't even remember. It was in the 90s. But I took another one and it gave me another estimate that was not the same. So I want to find like an accurate one, like maybe even a state one or something.
Maybe
I'm gonna
Adam will
take an
just,
official one.
maybe Adam Lore will just come up with one and give it to us.
He probably could. That dude's a certified genius.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Are you still feuding with Adam?
No, I don't. I wouldn't look at it like feuding. I'm not really feuding with anyone. It may look like that, but I don't think so.
Yes. For people in the comment section, it would probably look like you have a lot of enemies, but nobody dislikes you. That's the thing.
um, you know, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, everybody's being really nice right now, so that's nice. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's fine. Whatever.
Do you have
People
any
want to hold
plans?
grudges and stuff.
Do you have any plans for like the direction that you want to take your channel?
Um, I don't I don't know. I think about like just stopping altogether all the time. I mean, it could just literally happen anytime, because it's just the whole Kent Hovind thing is just, I'm just so done with all that. It's like, how long can you sit around and hear stuff about pedophiles all day long? I mean, you wonder why you want to kill yourself, dummy. Not you, the guys that talk about it all the time. It's like, you can't just sit around and think about this stuff all day and all night. And, it's just going to affect your mental health, and it's going to affect mine as well.
I don't have anything by me. I was gonna hold up a doll and be like, "Show me on the doll where Kent Hovind hurt you."
Oh, they would probably do it too.
I know.
The
And that's
brain
the
would be where
stupid
they'd
part. Like,
circle.
even if you think Kent is scum of the earth, as much of his life as he dedicated to ministry, just let the man die in peace.
Yeah.
Just let him have that.
It's because DAL is amazing and people are so mad when they get thrown out. I would be too. I would be too. Who likes to be literally told you have to leave somewhere because you're acting so, and sometimes it may not be their fault and Kent overreacts or something. I don't know, but it's like, let it go, dude. You're the only one holding on to anything. It's like, well, you want to hold all this baggage? Be my guest, but Kent needs to leave it be. Stop.
Well, you need to
Stop it.
call
Stop
him
answering.
and tell him that.
I need to, seriously, because
Yeah, you
if
still
I
haven't had the courage to call him, have you?
I haven't. Big Bad Mama's gonna be
Have you
mad about
visited
that.
yet? Have you
No,
visited the free Dinosaur Adventureland theme park?
no, I was waiting on Mark to go, but then I'm like, to make up and go back, and then so I could meet him. But now I'm just like,
Well, good luck. I have a
yeah,
feeling you guys will not be able to be on the same side of the fence for long.
who? Oh, Mark. Yeah,
You and
no,
Mark.
yeah,
There's
that was something from a long time ago. I
yeah,
don't care anymore.
there's too many lines that have been drawn in the sand now.
Yeah, yeah, and it's you know whatever. Let's not
I'm
even talk
thinking
about
of
that.
I'm thinking about doing less panels. like having Stump and Ryan continue doing their panels, and me stopping panels altogether, and maybe going back to just doing the pre-done videos, releasing one of those a week.
That's what I like doing. It's funner, I think.
I like the interactive community though, and I really like being able to have real-time, raw conversations with unbelievers.
Yeah.
So I would miss that. I have to figure something out.
Oh, most of them aren't unbelievers. Let's just
Yeah, I hear you there, and I believe you. I believe most atheists are Satanists.
And you know, Steven, that is why I cannot stay away from you. That's why I love you so much, because you are the only one that has ever believed me. And I appreciate that a lot.
Well,
You don't even know how much.
you've told me several things over the past 10 months that panned out to be correct. So I have no reason to not believe you when you tell me something.
Well, then why didn't you believe that I would come on if you watch my video?
Oh, but because that I don't believe you yet. You're a total cop out when it comes to you coming on these live panels anymore. You're an enigma. This whole episode right now is an enigma. People are going to think that I'm doing it with like a gun to your head.
It's not really happening. He does have a gun to my head. Help! Help! No.
Oh, yeah. Well, FBI, that was a poor joke, not accurate.
I'm the FBI. Remember?
You would be if you were the FBI. I feel like you would have enough on me already to put me in prison.
No.
I feel like you would have already kicked my door in. Like I've told you things.
If I don't snitch anybody else out, I'm just not a snitch.
You know, I don't know. I know. Well, you probably do know because you watch everybody's material all the way through. But have you noticed how many?
I'm like the woman of I'm like the woman of Gangster Ghost here. The Gangster Ghost. Wait, did I say that right?
Except I believe you are who you are.
Yeah. Me too.
Man, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all
I
right.
lost it too because I can't even think of. Oh, that I watch everybody's content.
Well, you do
all the
watch
way through.
everybody's content all the way through, but I forgot where that was leading to.
Oh, man.
It'll come back. I just have to not think about it for a second.
So what else can we think about?
Well, I think that's most of the controversies. The stuff we've butted heads on. So there's nothing like negative to go over. Do you get along with Dustin?
Yeah. Yeah, I told him the other night I wanted to talk to him. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot of... I've learned a lot, or confirmed a lot, listening to him talk. And I know people get so annoyed with the whole supernatural stuff. It's like, man, you guys are crazy. That's what's really happening. Like, it's happening. You know, we can't... to ignore it isn't going to stop it.
And that's the thing. I think it's really ignorant to pretend that it's just not there. You know, It is there. That's a part of life that we need to be aware of.
Now, I have a hard time coming back to reality. Sometimes I'm just constantly thinking about that stuff. You know, the supernatural and the reasons, blessings, curses, all that.
Yeah. Well, the supernatural is all through the scriptures, and there's a lot of stark warnings about not taking part in supernatural stuff for a reason. Like a point you mentioned on earlier was stuff following you back home. That really happens. And it's not worth the little tiny bit of adrenaline rush you get at the time, if that makes sense.
Well, I can tell you now, one good way to tell is if you're suicidal. If you're suicidal, that is demonic. Bottom line, I don't care what's going on in your life. It's the most selfish thing to do. And I know I've had family that's killed themselves. I'm not trying to offend anyone. It's just, that's it. Like, there is no reason to end your life and then make everybody else deal with that. You know, have to wonder what they could have done or why, especially if you're a parent. It's just stupid. Don't even think about stuff like that. And as soon as you let it in and you give that thing 1 second in your mind, it's with you. You know, now you're going to have to deal with that. Just like a drug addiction, you know? That's usually one of the first ones you get too. Is you know, some reason to take your own life, and it's like, that's not the answer. Even if you do go to heaven, it's still not the answer. If you care about your family.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I hate cliches, but there is that really good cliche that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And that's true. And you never think about, because you're already in like a desperate time and in that point in life, right? Or you're already not thinking clearly. You're obviously in a place of despair. But you
Yeah.
never think about the way it's going to affect people around you who have to find you and deal with that whole situation and how that's going to scar them for the rest of their lives. I think, and I can say this because of my brother, I think suicide is a very selfish way out.
Wait, your brother committed suicide?
Well, he had lupus and it was very painful. And he just he took more medication than he was supposed to one night, and he just didn't hurt again after that.
Did he do that on purpose?
I'm
Or
pretty
was it
sure
an
that he did.
accident? He wasn't the one that was with you when you were doing the ghost hunting stuff, was he? Didn't you say your
He
brother
was
was
one of
there?
them, yeah. That was the brother, yes.
Oh no.
Yep.
Have you had any suicidal thoughts and stuff?
No. I love my life. Now let me put it this way: like the closer I get to God,
No, I can see better.
the more I appreciate life and what He's given me, but
Yeah.
also the less I value it. Like if somebody did make me choose between my life and God, I would have no problem choosing God.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm so sorry, man.
Oh, it's cool. It's
How many
fine.
brothers and sisters do you have? I know you told me already, but I don't remember.
I'm one of seven. I'm the middle child of seven.
That's a lot.
The same mom and
Wow.
dad. Always, we all grew up in the same home. Real traditional childhood.
Was your dad here when that happened to your brother?
Yes.
Oh man.
Yep. And then my dad passed away like a year after that, a year and a half.
Well. Huh. Yeah. Did you ever tell me exactly what happened there? Like why? What happened to him?
With my dad?
If you. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad got the sickness that was going around that a lot of people got. And he went
Yeah.
into the VA hospital and they put him on a ventilator and he actually beat the sickness. He was going to be released. And he contracted sepsis and he died of sepsis poisoning.
Sepsis. Oh
Yeah, it's
man.
like a blood poisoning from infection, and
Your
that's
mom
what
had a
got him.
rough time, huh?
Yeah, yeah, because in 3 years, she lost her father, her husband, and a son
Oh,
in a 3 year period. So my
and
mom was a disaster.
there's nothing at all like that, like losing a child. It's just, you know, it sucks. It's the worst thing to happen to anyone
It
with a
is.
child.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I'm so sorry for your mom. I wish I could give her a hug. She'd probably be like, "Get off me, freak! You're mean to
No.
my son. I don't like you." No.
I don't know if my mom watches this channel too closely. Like, I send her videos from time to time, like the ones I did with Mary Nell. And I have new content with Mary Nell coming out soon, by the way.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'll have an
That's
interview with her and her husband when they get back from Mount Sinai in October.
man, that is so awesome. I love those videos. They're they're awesome. You did a good job.
You need to get your butt in a car and go up there and meet Mary now and hold Noah's Ark in your own hand.
I would love that. I would love to do that, but you know, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I just can't even go. I can't even get to DAL. You know, so I want to. That's probably one of my. Well, I wouldn't say my most wanted thing, but you know.
I'll tell you what. Let's do this. We're 45 minutes in. Let's
Dang, it's
cut
been
our
that long.
let's cut our cameras and I will play a song that's about 2 minutes long. We'll use the bathroom and then we'll come back and finish this. How's that sound to you?
So we're taking a smoke break, but we don't smoke.
You can call it that, but I really need to use the bathroom.
Okay.
All right. Let me go ahead and put us in the. Well, actually, we don't have to go in the back. You could just cut your video. There you go. All right, I'm going to play some music, and guys, we'll be back in a couple minutes.
I used to do too much, at the same time, not enough. I used to hide my cards until he called my bluff. Forced to play the hand that I was dealt. Lucky for me, the dealer gave me help. I used to be a liar and a deceiver. I used to be both, but now I'm a believer. Cast the shackles and break the chains of death. Now I feel the love in every breath. Now that I've accepted Jesus Christ as Lord, I must carry the cross of
All right. All is right in the world, and we are back. Are you still with us, MissingMod?
Can you hear me?
I hear you, yep.
Oh, good.
I saw you were out there in the comments.
Yes, I was just patiently waiting. I didn't tell anyone that you were holding me hostage.
You'll get that check in the mail, as promised.
Yeah, for $1 whole, too. I don't want to see a cent missing.
I'm going to make it for 106
Oh,
because I'm that kind of guy.
you are a nice guy sometimes.
Why do you say sometimes? I'm always a nice guy.
Well, you can call me a nice girl, but I'm not a nice girl all the time. Actually, I'm quite vicious sometimes. I'm not as mean as some of my family, though. So,
Do you really think I'm vicious sometimes? Or to whom?
Well, no. I said I was vicious, but I think everybody has it in them. You know, I'm sure you've been mean to somebody. I know you've been mean to me.
Never. I've never ever been mean to you. I've never even talked to you before this interview.
Mm-hmm.
There's not video proof of it on both of our channels.
Nope. Yeah, I don't know. What are we even going to talk about now? I see you put the link out, but I don't know. I don't know who's going to want to come in here now with me in here.
Well, that's the thing. Anybody has the invite, so they can come in. We'll say who it is. We'll say whether or not we want them to come in. And they can come in and either ask you a question or ask me a question, or they can just add to the conversation.
I think... Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Whatever you want to do. I don't even
I'm fine
care.
with going back to aliens.
Yeah, me too, but I don't know if people even care about that. That's... I don't care what they care about, but, for your show, I guess.
Well, we already kind of addressed Kent Hovind's situation. Are you going to go to Alabama when his jury trial starts?
Probably not. I mean, I'll hear about it.
Protest outside the courthouse.
Why?
Like with picket signs? Like, free Kent, free Kent.
That would be kind of hilarious, really. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Because, nope, it's gone. I hate it when you forget something and then it's like it drives by you, so you start to remember it, but it just honks and you can't see it to remember,
Uh-huh.
If that's, yeah.
Who is this Grotos? You know who everybody is. Who is Grotos?
I don't know. I was just about to say something about that. Well, they retracted the message, but when is the trial starting? The jury?
I believe it's in December.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, Kent should just be quiet about it. Don't say a word. Don't call anybody. Don't do anything. Because when the law catches her trying to corrupt all the people that are potential jurors, they will throw her in jail. She will go to jail for that. So, I would just let it be if I was him. I would never address another freaking person again. That's what he needs to do. It's already been addressed.
If in fact she is calling people, but I don't put it past her because like we talked about on a previous episode, she's called Sandra's friends, family, and she even was in text message contact with Sandra's son, who was a minor at the time, and is having these sexually charged conversations explaining how Kent treated her sexually, like to a child. Like, how sick in the head do you have to be?
Yeah. You have Mark blocked, right?
I do, yeah.
Because he's going to be the only... Why?
Because he never comes on here to have a fruitful conversation. He just comes on here to try to ruin Kent Hovind, and I don't have time for that.
Well, look, I hate his freaking guts, but no, I don't hate him. Okay, I'm just mad about some dumb thing that he said. But You guys don't give him a chance to finish his whole thought. And look, I understand that you know where his thought is leading. I understand that you've heard it before. I get all of that. I understand all the reasons why, but you should just let him finish talking, because if it is wrong, he'll bury himself, right? If it's right, then maybe we'll learn something, you know? So I would just let him speak and let him say whatever it is he needs to say so he'll stop saying it.
No.
And if he wants to defend,
I'm gonna go the
what?
other way. I'm not gonna have him on. I'm not
Look,
gonna give him a
no,
platform to
I,
spread his lies
I
at
don't
all.
want him on. I'm not saying I want him on. I'm saying from the past, from what I've witnessed in the past, you know. And Dustin, I think I like Dustin, but him bringing that stuff up to Kent was totally not cool. Not It was wrong, because then it just got it all started again. Now you just got him. You got him mad out there wanting to prove a point now, and it's like,
When
well,
was this?
this was when you guys did the interview. He asked Kent about Mark, and of course Kent is going to speak on it because he doesn't, you know, it's just it should have been left alone. He just literally was saying how he was turning a new leaf. He didn't say those words, but you know, you guys watched the Chuck stream where he was talking.
Gratos. Yeah, you're allowed to talk in the chat. We don't even know who you are.
Yeah, but no, I have no idea. I've seen him around though.
Who have you seen around?
No, he hasn't been around in a while. Grodestos.
Who is
I don't
he,
know how
though?
to pronounce that. I don't know. I have no idea.
You know who everyone is.
I know.
Don't
I was
come
just
on the show
explaining that.
telling those lies.
No, I have a pretty good guess. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I've seen him around before, and I've had my theories and stuff, but that was a long time ago, so I don't even remember, you know, who I thought. But hasn't he been on?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He's never been on your show?
Anyone is welcome on. I post the link in the chat. Anybody is welcome to come on. You can ask me questions. You can ask MissingMod questions. We can start a debate. You let us know.
Now, the only person that would probably want to, well, no, he probably wouldn't.
Who?
You know, I don't know. It's probably it's for the best. No.
Are you upset that we have atheists coming on the channel now?
No. I like the atheist. Or, you know, whatever they call themselves.
Some people are very critical of it. They think we're doing the wrong thing by inviting them.
Well, because many people, thousands, billions of people hate to hear anything that opposes their own views. So it's like, well, why don't you just go watch something else, you know, or something.
I feel like we have to witness to them, though, right?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Mark either. Grodtos. I don't know how you pronounce that. Look, I can't read, so I'm
I think it is Grotos.
definitely not able to read
That's how I
that.
pronounce it.
I heard somebody say grotto the other night, and I'm like, is that how you spell? That can't be how you spell grotto. Tony talking about you years ago. It's good for excitement. That's why I think you should just unblock him, let him come on and be show a big butt of himself. For a finale.
Gratos, you found my channel because Mark Stoney was talking about me a year ago. Are you serious? And you have stuck around that whole time? Thank you.
Well, I stuck around.
Yeah, but you're a friend. Like, we have rapport.
Well, this guy seems cool. He doesn't like Mark, so that's great.
That's
what we
puts
want.
us on the same side of the fence, right?
Yeah. No, that puts us in high five motion.
I have now posted over 200 videos, and I have reached over 600 subscribers.
Wow. Hold on. Is everybody clapping? Because I can't tell.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yes.
Wait, how many videos? 200, you said?
Over 200 videos and over 600 subscribers.
Man, I deleted all of my Mark videos. I mean, that was a lot of work and stuff. Look, I still have a lot of Brett's videos on my computer, but I don't have any of mine.
That's one of my pet peeves. about Chuck is that Chuck doesn't leave all the videos from streams up. So, like, that content's just gone after a day or so. And I hate that. I don't want to go on a 4-hour show. I want to have content to show for it, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Cover to Cover. That means a lot.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Cover to Cover.
I'm out here living in the shadows of people like Donnie from Standing for Truth and Praise I Am.
Didn't you say you wanted to go on Praise the Show? Do you watch him?
I do watch him periodically, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I love his intros, the way the songs he picks for his intros. He used to have a Rammstein song on there, but I ain't heard it in a while. Yeah, he's pretty cool, I guess.
How is he getting away with that? With using the popular songs?
Well, there's no words in that one, but I think he just does something. I'm not really sure. It's some kind of change. You know, you can change the music or something, but I don't know. You'd have to ask him.
Because I really, really want that song where everybody knows your name. I even looked into how to possibly get a license for it. I want to use those on all my intro videos.
Well, doesn't it, if you get a copyright, doesn't it just take your ability to make money off of the video away?
Well, yeah, it takes it from me and it gives it to them, which I'm okay with. But the bigger issue is you only really get away with it on YouTube. They will copyright block you on other sites for doing it. And like eventually I want to also get into Rumble. I'm looking into Rumble real heavy. I might even leave YouTube behind altogether eventually. Because I think Rumble's where it's headed.
But this is YouTube's where everyone's at. All the people that you need to reach, people that know what's up, or Alex Jones people are all going to Rumble in different platforms. Hey, you know what you could do is just go make a Twitch, then just, do a different type of content.
I already have a Twitch.
Oh, I meant like, yeah, never mind. We'll move on. Maybe you don't even know about that part of Twitch.
No, I don't ever go around Twitch. I just stream my shows to it.
I go around Twitch. I go around there just for one person. One person. It used to be two, but he don't stream on there anymore, from what I can tell.
Is it Mira?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you still follow her like that?
Well, I wouldn't call it like that. It's not like a stalker or something. I just like listening to her. I always have, but I say
what does she talk about?
I just anything. She plays video games, and she used to come on and do her makeup and stuff, and I really wish she would have showed that process, like putting it on. But she's really good at, like, I don't know what you could call that, like where it's like you make yourself look like something else, not like makeup where it makes you look pretty, but it's like makes you look like
spell on Mark.
Oh, you're talking about Deviant.
Yeah.
Those are different people, air quotes.
Right.
I don't want to get nothing like that. I really I've been trying to talk to her, but she just doesn't, she ignores me. So it's fine. I understand. I was a demon. Literally. That's what she calls me, and I'll take that. The demon of her life, which I hate that.
Why do you think so many people misunderstand you? Is it because of how aggressive you are in the comments?
It could be. And when I get triggered, I really need to stop it, because it's I pick up on things, and I should just, you don't want to attack somebody for something they may be insecure about, And
like you attacked me for my 46 IQ.
Yes, exactly like that, actually. I'm sorry. It's fine. I don't know. I took that IQ test, and it was like really weird. It's like, what in the world is this? Like, how is this going to tell me if I'm smart or not? it didn't make any sense to me. Somebody needs to explain that to me. What the heck is remembering where or knowing where a square goes going to tell you how intelligent I am? I just I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me, but I was like, well, whatever. Um because
What do
trust
you
me, I'm
think?
not Go
What do you
ahead.
think is the most toxic thing in the YouTube community?
Um Toxic. Let's see.
Yeah, like for me, I think the most toxic thing about YouTube is Atheist Junior.
Oh, no. I love Atheist Junior. He's um just mad about something. I don't know. He just doesn't like Kent. And
I
we
can't
should
stand his face.
well, he's attacked Kent. His whole channel started pretty much. I'm pretty sure his very first video was about Kent. And Kent has never been upset with him like that, you know. We should just let it go, you know. I like him. I think he seems like a sweet guy. I mean, he's just I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about him, you know. He could have some deep seated thing that we just don't even know that he's mad about. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there is something obvious about his lifestyle that I would agree he's mad about. So, I mean, I know he's not happy inside. And those particular types of lifestyles quite often lead to mental illness, at the very least, mental unrest.
Well, you can only the only thing you can do is I just don't
Remind him
even know.
about how stupid his face is. I know.
That's rude. You're rude.
I know. I don't. I mean it like in a gesturing way. But he's called me a coward on YouTube so many times, and I gave him a 4-hour show where I had multiple people reach out to him so he could come just explain to me why I'm a coward. And he wouldn't do it. So now I have no choice but to just acknowledge how stupid his face is.
Well, um I don't think his face is stupid at all. And I wish he would have come on that night. I really thought that he would. Because nobody can hurt anyone. It's like, well, we can with our words, I guess.
I
But
was going to say, have you watched CNN? You haven't seen these liberals out in the streets crying after Trump got elected in 2016?
yeah,
That expression, there used to be an expression when we were growing up, sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words can never hurt me. That expression is dead. It's like now it's like sticks and stones may break my bones and words will forever hurt me.
yeah, that is exactly what we were just talking about a minute ago. I that changed, I guess, when I got on YouTube.
Well,
Words
it's
words
changed in
started
society.
words started slaughtering people, apparently, to where their entire life is
I blame
ruined.
political correctness. I mean, it's not solely political correctness, right? Like, it's a whole plethora of issues. And I know you love the government, and I'm not going to bash them this evening because I respect you. But
Oh, go
I,
ahead. That would be
I,
a good
I
fight.
think, I think less of them. I don't think they're out here to help us, and I think they've orchestrated these racial tensions that we have now in this
Well,
country.
do you have any proof of that?
I mean, I think if you watch the news and you
The news isn't the
see
government.
it is narrated by the government, though.
It
They
is.
actually they actually proved that the Biden White House, or I'm sorry, the Biden campaign had requested through the Department of Justice that Facebook not be able to allow the spreading of the Hunter Biden laptop deal right before the election. So we know that media plays along with what they're asked by different political opponents, right?
Yeah, but
Fox News does it for Republicans, CNN does it for Democrats.
yeah, but you said Facebook and see. Look,
Well,
I
that's just one that
understand.
we caught. They also were reaching out to Twitter for the same thing.
And then who reported that? And anyway, Biden, of course, they found coke in the White House. I mean, that guy is a disaster, and I I get that, and he's doing things that no. Look, you know what I just heard from my aunt yesterday. that Biden is trying to, you know how they exchange prisoners, like for other countries, if they have one captive, they will exchange someone.
Yeah.
Biden is actually talking about trying to exchange one of the guys involved in the Twin Tower attack for someone. I don't know who, but does that even matter? That guy should be dead. I mean, why is he even alive? He's been in prison in Guantanamo Bay for 20 years or something, apparently. I don't know. See, this is just what my aunt told me, but she does not get on the internet. So she don't know who Alex Jones is. She's seen him on the news when he was getting sued for Sandy Hook and all that.
Hey, I think we owe Alex Jones a great deal of gratitude for bringing to our attention the gay frogs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that for bringing us comedy. Yes, Bill Hicks Alex Jones deserves.
Do you wanna join me for an episode of Alex Jones right now?
No.
Like, you guys are not gonna believe who we have in the studio today. We have MissingMod, and she's gonna be in here for a couple of hours. She's gonna talk about freedom, talk about how the government's making our frogs gay.
Yeah, I would never be allowed on that show. I would love to talk to him though, because he's gonna have I can tell he's about to have a heart attack. So if anybody knows how to get in contact with him, I looked everywhere. I don't know how.
Well, I would be surprised to find out if Alex Jones has not already had heart attacks. I mean, his blood pressure has got to be sky high all the time, as aggressive and passionate as he comes off.
Yeah, that could be why. That could possibly be why, but I think I know. I've seen it. Yeah. Anyway, it's literally, I don't know. Maybe he already knows about this stuff, but to me, it doesn't appear so, because he obviously isn't on any kind of medication or anything. But it's gonna happen, and I hate that for him, and I want to tell him so he can try to catch it early, but.
Well, you know what? Another issue he's been pushing, like, I don't have any problems with alternative medicine. So, like, I'm not against all the stuff he sells, the health stuff. But he's been taking so much of it for so long. And it's not all medically tested stuff. Like, he could have brain damage, health damage. Like, it's really unknown, because I like the natural health healing stuff, but if it's not tested, it's also technically not safe yet, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he takes any of it, to be honest. And anybody that buys that stuff, flush it. Oh my goodness, I don't know what would even be in it. That guy is a terrorist. He is a full-blown terrorist. I don't care what people want to say. You can say whatever you want to. We can debate that. Is Alex Jones a terrorist? And is Steven Crowder a terrorist?
First, I have no idea who Steven Crowder is.
Well,
and I don't
lots of other people do.
Alex Jones. I used to watch him when I was like in my, mid-20s. I loved Alex Jones. But when I came back to God, I realized that watching stuff like the news and Alex Jones, it made me angry all the time. And I was always angry and mad, and I had no peace, and I was always looking for who's out to get me, and I stopped watching Alex Jones, I stopped watching the news, and I had so much peace come into my life. Like, it's undescribable.
Yeah. Yeah, there's gonna be peace when you don't hear about what's going on in the world,
Yeah, but
I know, I don't watch the news either.
Christians are told to be separate, we're told to be set apart. And that's one beautiful thing about Dinosaur Adventureland. When my family was there in 2000, it was right at like the height of the beginning of that disease. And we were so sheltered and so focused on the ministry that we had very little idea as how bad it was outside the ministry. Like, we had no idea.
Did you? Because see, I keep up with Alex Jones, and I seen a news clip of some other country giving a story about how America was doing experiments with bats, and it was our fault. The exact same story that they gave about China and how they're the ones that did it and started this thing. They said about us. So things are changing in the world when it comes to America. And that's why I don't want to argue the flat earth stuff, because that right there is going to take us down. We are going to go down. If they find out that America lied about anything about space. They don't care about Russia because they're bad guys anyways. Did you hear that the army general or whatever that was standing up against Putin, his airplane just blew up? Putin just said, "Oh, that sucks. Hate to hear that." Yeah.
That
Okay.
doesn't surprise me. I'm sure that plane was escorted to the ground quickly.
Yeah. So that guy is over there just doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, but the
America,
thing is our presidents have a history of doing that too. I know we
No.
don't. I know we disagree
Hell
on
no.
this. If you don't think that our CIA is almost solely responsible for
You don't-
Vietnam,
You don't
are
watch any of my
insane.
videos. You don't watch any of them, do you?
I disagree with a lot of your points to start with.
So what? If I'm wrong, what's wrong with listening to it?
Because
You're my friend.
I have very limited time.
No. See, it's one thing to another to the next. So if I explain this one away, you're going to have another excuse. You need to start watching my videos. Please. I watch all of yours.
What I don't
The
understand
CIA
about you is why you love the government. Like, the government is explained in Proverbs
Because-
as a punishment for people.
No.
Yes.
No.
It says
It is
because
the
because
government.
of the lawlessness of the people.
Yeah.
Is the bigger
What are you
the
going to do?
government.
What are you going to do? Abolish the government and the lawless will stop?
No.
Hell no.
I'm not suggesting that. I hate this
Look,
defund the
we-
police movement.
we
and
have
I
the
hate
best-
the idea when people say, like, abolish all the government branches.
Those are idiots
Yeah.
or Satanists, right?
Agreed.
Because the devil doesn't believe in any rules. It's lawless with him, okay?
Mhm.
He doesn't want any of God's rules. So anyway, the government is here to enforce the law so we are all good, right? We sleep nice and peacefully at night because we don't live in a nation where we got to worry about somebody coming in and getting away with murdering your whole family or stealing
Yeah,
or
but at the same time, though, they get us involved in wars that we don't belong in, and I had to watch both of my brothers go over to countries and worry
just
about
said-
if they're going to die in a foreign country that we
You
don't belong
just-
in.
Yeah, and that's an honorable thing to do with your life, to defend your nation. And
They
look,
didn't find it
America,
honorable. To the
who
day
didn't?
my brother died, he was confused about why he was over there. And my
Yeah,
brother,
that's just because
who's
he
still
didn't know.
alive and went 4 tours in the Middle East, he's still
Yeah.
confused as to why he
Yeah,
was over there.
you know why? Does he listen to Alex Jones? That could be
No.
why. Yeah,
No.
right.
What do you mean?
Please.
Yeah, right.
Well, what the hell? I mean, why would he be confused? Look, if you're confused, just look into it.
No,
Think
Missing
about it.
Mod,
Is
have
he
you
saved?
have you talked to a lot of soldiers? Because a lot
Yeah,
of soldiers who
I
have
have.
actually been over there will tell you that we shouldn't have been over there.
And, they're not commander in chief. They don't understand,
Yeah.
right? They don't know. And look, that's how much America loves us, is that they'll go and tear that whole country up to find the guy responsible that killed all them people on 9/11 because they care about us.
Yeah, except Saddam Hussein in Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11 at all.
Well, what was he doing again?
They accused him of having weapons of mass destruction, and then they got caught lying to Congress with false information and reporting it as evidence that he had weapons of mass destruction.
Is that what they hung him for?
They hung him because he was on the run for a really long time before we got him. And
For what?
His country executed him for, like, war crimes against the citizens.
There you go. Well, I mean,
No, because that's also our fault, right? Because after World War II, we started dividing the world up, and a bunch of Westerners started dividing up places in the Middle East that they didn't understand and didn't comprehend that peoples didn't get along and that there was hate and generations and centuries and decades of bitter infighting. And then they redrew these lines, put people in positions of power, and said, govern everybody.
you do realize how many people these decisions have to go through, right? That's why I love Danny Beth's story about his experience as being a police officer. There's always that one good guy that is gonna be the hero, and he's gonna tell. There's no way that our government can be plotting and trying to kill people and so bad. We've been totally blessed to where we're all fat and lazy. We don't even leave the house most of the time if we don't have to.
Don't you love President Trump? Like, aren't you a forever Trumper? or no?
Um,
I could be
well,
wrong.
I don't know. The answer's in my videos.
Oh my gosh.
I'm never going to let that go. I can't even believe you.
Well, there's
Yes,
hours
I
of
talked to
videos.
vets. I talked to tons of vets. Tons of vets. That's why I liked Mark so much. Because
Yeah.
he seems like he's got a good heart, and some bad stuff happened and I wanted to help. But then he thought I wanted him, which I guess, that makes sense. But, I was just trying to give him some confidence, trying to get the girls to look at him or something. I don't know, but now I'm starting to wonder if he's even into girls. I don't know. I hate to say that. I'm not saying that I know anything. I don't know.
Cover to cover, I do agree with you. Hussein killed his own people with poison gas. You're
Thank
absolutely
you.
right. I have no question that he was doing atrocities. However, that was the UN's job to deal with, not ours. We spent 21 years in the Middle East. We didn't gain anything. We lost thousands of dollars, hundreds of lives. No, I'm sorry, thousands of American lives. And we gained nothing. And then they withdrew and they're in positions now that they're almost as bad as they were when we first entered Iraq. So nothing was accomplished except a lack of 21 years and a lack of trillions of dollars and a lack of thousands of American lives.
Do you know anything about ISIS and what they're up to right now?
Well, again, let me clarify. I'll start by saying I'm a Ron DeSantis guy. That's who I'm voting for. But I do think Trump was one of the better presidents. I think he's the best president of my lifetime. I'm just not voting for him this go around because I think there's too much baggage.
So it's only been 13 years. You think he's the best president in 13 years? I would agree.
No. My lifetime? You think I'm 13 years old?
Yeah, it was a joke, but it wasn't a good
No.
one. So
No.
let's move on.
I don't remember where I was at.
Oh, you said that you thought Trump was the best president of your lifetime, and
Oh, well, he said the other day that ISIS was created by the CIA.
oh my God, of course he
He
did.
said it on the TV. So I guess you're not a super fan of Trump.
I'm not a super fan of any of them since Obama, because Obama cursed America.
Well, my original point for asking about how you felt about Trump, it wasn't really to get political, but it was for the government aspect of the talk. I wanted to see how you feel about the way they're trying to drag him through court right now and put him in prison. Like, do you think they're on the up and up?
I wanted to know what you heard. What did you hear? What was the phone call that you were talking about?
Oh, you
And
can
what
hear it on
what was
YouTube.
in the what was in the documents that he took from the White House too? Do we know that? What was in them?
It was like some classified information, but it was all covered in the presidential act, the one where they have access to that stuff afterwards. Every president's done it. Nobody cares because most of the stuff takes like 20 years to become declassified, but it doesn't matter after a couple years. Like the situation's already dealt with. So it's stuff like that. It's irrelevant stuff.
Oh, it matters. If it's classified, it matters. If it doesn't belong to him,
Well,
it
no,
matters.
what I'm saying,
And you know
though,
why
is
I don't like him? You want to know why I don't like him? Because of what he said
so
about
you don't like Trump.
no. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay. Go ahead.
What he said about John McCain is I just cannot get past that. Oh, and then not just that, but his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is he's a Jew supposedly, and his dad was like into politics. I guess he was one of them guys that gives people money or something, and he got wrapped up in some some stuff and got put in jail or whatever. So I don't know, but Jared Kushner has had it out for I think had it out for America since then, and he went down the street. He lives right up the road from Trump Tower. He paid more for this piece of real estate in New York than any other real estate in American history. And it's 666 Fifth Avenue. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. But he went up the street, married Trump's daughter, and Trump said himself that Jared Kushner single-handedly won him the election. So then they get into the White House and he gets that peace deal signed in Israel, which makes it to where America gets to clear the land, basically. We get to keep the peace over there because now we're partners, right? I guess. I don't know. I didn't read the thing. Ron DeSantis was involved as well. He was there, which I love Ron DeSantis. I wish you guys would just leave him alone so he can stay our governor. But He
You can't keep him. We're taking him.
yeah, I'm starting to think so. Um yeah, cuz Trump can't even run, can he?
No,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
legally he can't. Okay, so there are party rules that technically he already violates. So if the Republican Party wanted to drop him at this point forward for any reason, they have a legal precedence to do so. It's in their own rules. And that's
Yeah.
another reason that concerns me about Trump. I'm afraid they're going to wait till he wins the primaries, and then they're either going to put him in jail or they're going to say, no, he violates our party rules, and they're going to leave us stranded last minute, and we're going to let Biden walk across the finish line if he doesn't trip over it.
What we really need to be thinking about is Kamala, because I think that the plan is, I think she's the one that's behind trying to get that guy out of prison, trying to trade the most, I mean, the one guy that we should, you know, put a bullet in his head. Oh, well, sorry. Put a
Wow.
put a, you
That
know,
was aggressive.
yeah. Well, yeah. He was involved in the Twin Tower attack. So yeah, I'm
Oh,
super
George
not
W.
happy. No, 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 not no. No,
I just
he
wanted
was
to
just an
ruffle your
idiot.
feathers.
And look, I used to think the same thing. I used to think all those same things about him and all of it. And he was just a dummy. I don't think he had anything to do. I don't think our government knew at all that that was going to happen. It was an absolute terrorist attack by these Muslim terrorists, and Obama was one of them. He is a Muslim terrorist. Bottom line, like it's just go listen to his debates. He says Pakistan and all those nation or all those countries over there. He says it just like a Middle Eastern person. He is not Hawaiian or whatever it is he said. And everybody, even Alex Jones, said that his birth certificate looked like a fake. It was an obvious fake.
Well, you can't discredit Alex Jones for half the show and then point to Alex Jones
No,
as like, even
no,
Alex said.
I think Alex is right about pretty much every. He is. He's right, but he's a terrorist because he's trying to turn it around on the government, and it's not the government doing it. That's the problem. Is yeah, of course he's in on the know. He knows all this stuff, and he's right about 99% of it. And then most of the other stuff is just jokes. But for him to turn it around and make it sound like it's the government, well, how easy is that? They don't even need to buy tanks and send an army over here when they could just drop some person on YouTube and have them turn the whole entire nation against itself, which he's done to every nation, by the way.
So are you going to sit here and tell me with a straight face that you're not concerned about the gay frogs?
Look, frogs are intersex. They can change genders. Hello. So, there you go. Oh, and another thing. Fluoride is a mineral that the body needs to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just sit on that for a minute. Think about all these people out there talking about fluoride, and it isn't even, yeah, everything in mass consumption is terrible for you.
What makes you say that our body needs fluoride?
Well, go look it up.
I'm
It's a
wondering where
mineral.
you looked it up because it's been proven multiple times to lower IQs.
Who said that?
Look it up.
Well,
I guess we're both doing research after this.
yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. You see, because I'm not afraid to be wrong. That's the thing. Is I want to know the truth. I don't care about what people think. Like if I was wrong once and they don't like it, get over it, right? Like I am not worried about them and what they know and what they believe. Just like with the flat earth stuff, I don't care. I'm happy to just be totally friends with somebody that doesn't believe it. Everyone I know doesn't believe it. Who wants to believe it? Nobody wants to think that we've been lied to about that. Wait a minute. Now it's saying fluoride is not considered an essential nutrient,
Right.
but plays an important role in dental and possibly bone health.
That we agree with.
Yeah.
Everyone watching this, there are 5 viewers watching this. You guys are all welcome to come on. The link is in the description. Come say hi to us. Tell us why you agree with us or why you disagree with us. Cover to cover, I feel like you and I could have a really decent conversation on the war in the Middle East. So I'd like you to come on.
Ooh, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn
What?
today.
No,
Just
I mean,
about
look,
everything.
I know I'm only 34, but because
Oh,
I've been involved with politics my whole life, even back before my dad ran for Congress in 2006, uh, politically, I'm like 70 years old. I've been around.
wow. Well, see, that's what you and Big Bad Mama were talking about that day, in Mark's on Mark's stream, and I was totally into that. I wish he would come on and talk to you about that politics and stuff.
I
He's a
love talking
communist or something, ain't he?
politics.
Is he a communist or
Well,
something?
in my opinion, every leftist is a communist.
And look, I don't mean no offense by that because I don't even really know what those words mean. That's the thing is I don't. All I know is that there is all kinds of different answers for all the things that have happened, not just Alex Jones's theories. Um,
Mhm.
it's not. I hate that because look, the attitude that we have towards our own government is spiritually going to change things, and it's already happening. I think that's why people are turning against it now. It's because of what I've already said about the gay marriage thing. Obama cursed America because America protects Israel. Israel, and that's why we've been so blessed. No one can touch them because America is going to take them down. I mean, it's just not possible. So they literally got that guy in there. So, he came out of nowhere, from what I heard. I don't know. I don't know his history that well because no one knows it because he literally forged his own birth certificate. And he didn't even deliver that until after his presidency. I mean, that right there is why in the world would we ever let a guy be president without a birth certificate?
I don't know if I believe all that.
Well, that's
I'm
what Trump
pretty
said.
sure I don't. Yeah,
Trump literally
not
said that.
Look, I'm not one of these Republicans who love Donald Trump. When he ran the first time, I voted for Ben Carson. And then I voted for him because I couldn't stand Hillary. And then when he ran again, no one really ran against him. So he had my support again, but I would have even then voted for another Republican.
I think that he didn't win his second term because Jared Kushner wasn't helping him anymore. He already got the peace deal signed and didn't need to be in there anymore. And there isn't anybody as smart as that guy. He's the smartest guy on earth right now, I think.
I think it was the discouraging of people going out to the polls because of the sickness that was going around, combined with
Yeah.
the mail-out ballots.
And
Those
who knows
two
where
elements right there, I think, were artificially created, and I think that's why President Trump says they stole the election. I think that's how he means they stole it.
Well, and see, the way I'm looking at it is that ever since Obama got out of there, everything's gonna be bad. I mean, and that's what I explained in one of my videos. Is like if I'm right about this, and we are, because I mean we aren't an exception to any rule, right? Sodom and Gomorrah got taken down. Everyone that does it, and I had a guy. His name's Von Helton. He's one of I was introduced to him through Brett, and he's a pagan. And he was talking about it one day.
I know
I was
who
having a
Vaughn
conversation.
is.
Okay. Well, he told me that every nation that's ever legalized homosexuality has went down. Now, when he said that, I was like, well, that makes sense, And then when they forced it into the legal system, that is God makes rules. Remember, the devil doesn't believe in any rules. So they forced that into the doors of heaven, basically. And now he's looking at it like we never did anything good. We are literally the worst people on earth in his eyes, I think. Because I think Revelation's talking about us, Mystery Babylon. That's I did a whole video about it.
Well, here's the thing, okay?
Do you need the link to my channel?
The wicked condition that we're in right now, our country, and how we're basically a fallen state, just about. It's not the fault of the atheists pushing gay marriage. It's the fault of us believers. Because the Bible says, if God's people who are called by his name, that's us Christians, it's us professing believers, will humble ourselves and pray and seek his face and turn from our wicked ways, then he'll hear our prayers and he'll heal our land.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's not doing that, God's not a liar. So the fact that he's not doing that, it's our fault. Us Christians are not humbling ourselves, and we're not seeking his face, and we're not turning from our wicked ways. Because if we had been doing that, he would have healed our land.
Well, see, nobody knows that's happening. Nobody even knows. And then the people that do know don't believe it.
I
They
know.
don't believe it. And it's like, look, when that happened and then Obama's term was over, that's when it kicked in. I think, because think about it, Kent got out around the same time. And I mean, you got to admit, no matter what anybody says about Kent, he certainly gets people's attention. And he's been in so many flat earth videos. I was shocked when he first got out of prison and was like, he hates the flat earth idea. That's what makes me mad about Bubby. I call him Bubby Gum because, yeah. But him saying that Kent believes the flat earth. That is the most ridiculous, stupid statement I've ever heard. If he's ever seen more than 5 minutes of Kent Hovind, he knows he hates. I mean, he literally said he was going to try to prove that the water at DAL curved, and he will never do that because it doesn't.
Cover to cover, it's interesting that you say that because I had never heard that expression in all of my life until I went to go visit Mary Nell, Ron Wyatt's widowed wife, and she told me that same thing. She said, if God doesn't come back soon, he's going to owe Sodom and Gomorrah an apology, and that hit me hard.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like the way that sounds too. Yeah, and I'm telling you, we'll start to notice because everything is gonna be affected. All of our resources, everything. And
Every
that's why
aspect
I'm
of
like,
life.
and look, I have no problem with gay people. I am not saying that I don't like gay people. It has nothing to do with anyone personally. It has to do with the rules. I just want to follow the rules. I don't like them either. I don't like rules. Who doesn't? Who on earth is not a sinner? We all. I'm not a big fan of cops. But it's starting to change now. But it's just I want to follow the rules so we can all stay happy.
Are you anti-police too? How the heck are you not an Alex Jones fan?
I used to be. And
okay.
Let me think. What made me change my mind on that?
It was the gay frogs.
It could have been. There's a lot of I follow that whole crowd, all of them. Like there's an umbrella of them. That's how I found Deviant.
You didn't find Deviant. Deviant found you.
No, I found them. Sadly, not sadly, but for them anyway, because their feelings are very invested in the internet in the comments section, and I didn't realize that back then. And sorry doesn't fix 2 years of crap that everybody's gone through. But
oh, okay, I know what you're referring to. Never mind.
Yeah, we don't got to do the details on that, but I hate that for them. I'm not like sitting here going, oh yeah, good. That's the only reason I really still follow. But anyway, just to I pray for them, and I want to fix it, but I don't know. It seems like everything's going fine now. Everybody's doing good. They're streaming again and stuff. So yeah, I think it's over. And if it's not, whatever. And maybe it's all in my head. It may not even be real.
I mean, I'm expecting some retaliation here soon for the episode I did with Kent.
Oh, that's why I was so upset when Mark got brought up, because that was over. It was over. I mean, it didn't appear to be over, but you could tell by the conversation he had on Chuck's channel that it was going to be over. And it's like, bam, just right back up again for no reason. For no freaking reason. And it's like, Kent, you've got to stop answering these guys. Please do not answer them anymore. You've answered their questions and their complaints more than enough times. Just go silent.
Every time he responds now, he's just giving them content.
Exactly. And fuel and anger. Lots of anger.
Just like AJ came back the next day and made a whole video about the interview I did with Kent.
I know he did a whole stream on my video about Billy.
Summers. It's okay if Mark makes stuff about me. I count it all I count it all, towards my blessing.
Well, Steven's easy to do content on, I guess. So I'm just kidding.
Thanks. No, I
I'm
am
kidding.
like the YouTube punching bag.
I only do. No, you're not. I only do it out of love. They do videos on me too. Just grin and bear it. Be a tough guy. You're a man. You're almost 7 foot. You big chicken.
It's not that I'm a chicken. I don't like confrontation. I'm past all that. I want to be peaceful. I want to be loving. I just want to defend what's right, though.
In this territory, that isn't a thing. You're on the front lines. You want to be. You're saying that you want to be. You got to just love them back. The Lord wouldn't want you to say mean things about him, and I'm mean too. I know. I say mean things about people all the time, but it's usually people that are going to heaven.
You usually say mean things about me in my comment section.
I don't say mean things about you in the comments. I only said that one thing about your IQ.
You are always blowing me up in not the comments, but the live chat.
Well, yeah, but it's dead if I'm not in there.
Steven's only like 5'1",
I
and he's
do
cross-eyed
not.
as can be, and he's so stupid with his 46 IQ.
I have never said those two words together, stupid and 46 IQ.
Well,
have I?
No, I mean, I don't know if you ever have.
Well, not on video.
Oh,
I said it. I definitely said it a minute ago when we were muted. No.
So I know we don't want to dwell on it, and we said it would probably be better to bypass it, but I want to lightly touch on it, if you don't mind.
Okay.
The incident I had not long ago, where I had to part with part of the panel, and took a little bit of backlash for it. I thought it was going to be much worse than it was. Did you think it was going to be worse than it was?
I seen Gangster Ghost in a comment section after that. I think it was on Big Bad Mama's channel, and I just told him, I'm like, look, you should just give him what he wants and just don't go on there. It's probably for the best, and then just leave it at that. I mean, of course, I thought, I mean, when you look at it from any perspective, it looks like there would have been backlash, but there wasn't. So it's your show. It's your choice. And if people are upset about it, go do your own. Like Mark can go do his own streams, and Gangster Ghost would absolutely love those. He would leave anybody's stream to go onto Mark's.
Well, Mark should do his streams again. But there's so much content he could do that doesn't have to revolve around Kent Hovind. I wish he would stick to that.
Like what, though? He doesn't know anything else, does he?
Oh, see, Grodtos is saying that, man, I wish you'd come in and talk to us. He's saying that Mark's already doing live streams again.
Oh, they're streaming now? Oh, that's because we were probably talking crap about him.
Oh, are they streaming this as we speak?
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, because they're all about, well, I guess you care about the views and stuff too, but they're all about the views, like, oh, well, let's put it in this folder and we'll do this and put it on a playlist so they don't get the views. And it's like, who cares? I don't. What a stupid person. Like, to think about that kind of stuff is just such a waste of time. But, everything to think about is a waste of time. So, well, I guess it fits.
Well, here's what they don't understand about me, okay? My dad was a third-generation Marine, so he talked to us rough. And even my grandfather was like old school Catholic in the beginning. And he would tell us things like, when we were children, you're more useless than balls on the Pope. So I grew up hearing those things. There's not much you can do to get to me. You know what I mean?
That is pretty useless.
Right. Yeah, so they can't hurt me and they can't take anything from me. And I think that makes them angry.
I don't know. See, because when you can't handle their criticism, your dad was a freaking Marine, and you can't take a little bit of criticism. I mean, come on.
I can. It's just I can't take the criticism without going off on them and sounding like I'm not a Christian. So if I can't do that, I need to avoid the situation altogether because I'd rather be a good example.
You know what? I never liked, and really, I don't want to say I bullied anybody like that because I didn't, but a freaking
You bully me
churchian
all the time.
Yes. Okay, well then there you go. Maybe I did.
No, all right, go
A,
ahead.
a freaking churchian. Somebody that you can't relate to. These people need to, they want to hear someone that's like them. Christians are boring to them. They're like, ew, I can't say damn on your show. I mean, not saying that you should let people curse or anything. I'm not saying that, but when you're so and I'm not saying to be a sinner either. Okay, that's not what I mean. I'm just saying be human, be relatable. I make mistakes. I'm mean to people all the time. I probably, well, see, I sound like a Christian to everyone that isn't a Christian. And I don't care what the Christians think because, you know, that's not who you're already going to heaven. So they're still the same. They're still people that make
Yeah, but
mistakes. And
can I point something out to you?
hmm
So, when Peter was in the process of denying Christ 3 times, the third time he was really scared and he was tired of having to deny Christ. So he started cussing and swearing. And that was a way for him to blend in with the world. And after he started cussing and swearing, they left him alone. Because that was enough evidence for them that this was not a follower of Jesus, that this was a worldly person. Because he was talking just like them. So
no, that makes sense.
I disagree with that. And I know it was coming from a good place, but we have to be the standard. And we have to remember, most of these people are never going to have Jesus appear in front of them and say, hey, this is the truth. So the only version of Jesus they're ever going to see is the version that we show them through our walk. And if we're talking and acting like them, there's nothing that sets us apart from the way they're already living. They don't benefit anything from coming over.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. You got me. I'm not saying cuss though, you know. I think about that all the time. That's like the my favorite part of our interview is when I said, "Well, you made it a whole video without cussing." And you were just like, "Wait, what? I don't cuss."
Yeah. Yep. I remember
So,
you had got me on that one.
so Father Charles is still streaming too.
Yeah, he is. I'm glad his show's been going since 3 o'clock. So man, he's going like over 4 hours now.
Oh, wait. Was that guy in the chat saying that he's seen Gangster Ghost in the chat on wait, where's Mark streaming?
I don't know. I
He
went
is.
to Mark's channel, but I didn't see Mark streaming.
Yeah, I don't either. It's just that, all the same stuff. I think that's kind of cool that him and Big Bad Mama met. That's pretty neat.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I
didn't know
guess
that.
yeah, he was talking about in the chat yesterday that they met in person and I guess went miniature golfing or something. I don't know. They were supposed
Gratos, how are you? I didn't think you had a mic.
I have a mic. It's just kind of a bad mic.
Oh, okay, cool. How are you doing, man?
Good. Does my mic sound bad?
No, sounds good.
Am I echoing at all?
You are echoing a little bit. I think that's because you have YouTube up in the background.
just got to mute YouTube. I don't hear an
Excellent.
echo though.
It was a faint echo. It was very manageable.
Oh.
So what do you got for us? You agree with everything we're saying? You disagree?
I agree with for the most part. Am I echoing still?
A little bit, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, let me try to figure. Okay, let me try to figure something out. I'm gonna try this again.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, don't get all sketchy now, MissingMod. And everybody out
What?
there listening, you're welcome to come join.
Yeah. Come on and tell me how Alex Jones isn't a terrorist.
I don't know if many people in the audience would disagree with you.
You'd be surprised. People love
Really?
that guy. hmm
You know, I
They
don't know.
they believe everything he says. They want to. That's the thing.
Okay, I hear all the time on CNN and MSNBC and all the liberal medias that all his supporters are Republicans, but I don't think I've met but a handful of Republicans who ever heard of Alex Jones. It's mostly independents.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about all these people online, that hate the government. They hate to hear anything good about them. It's like I ain't never had them say one mean word to me. They give me
I
money anytime I need it.
I don't hate
They're-
our government. I think we have the most perfect form of government that God has ever allowed on the face of the earth. Where I think we're faulted is our politicians. And I don't even blame the corrupt politicians. I blame the American people because we keep electing these bad politicians. So,
Yeah.
like, the blame is even on us.
I think that America is what it would look like if sin got into heaven, because we've had it good, really good. I've had a great life. I mean, I've got a lot of things I can complain about, but overall, when you compare it to places that aren't America, it's terrible. We got it good, and we should be very grateful. And we have our army. Just think about how the military works and how they take all these guys and they put them in there, and then when they get wore out, they bring them back, and then just keep pummeling them with brand new guys. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but I mean, it's just amazing. It's built by God-fearing men, obviously men, okay, smart men that built this country the way it is, and it worked
You
before.
don't give any credit to the women?
Let me think. You got one that I can? I'm sure you do.
Well, there's that lady who started the Salvation Army. I think she was pretty impressive. And
Well,
she, like, single-handedly changed the way we conducted pre-surgery medical attention in combat. Like, she started the whole ER process of sorting out the sick from the really sick and the wounded from the almost dead.
So
So
she
we
was-
owe her a great deal.
So she was an awesome nurse, not a leader.
I don't think we can say nurse because she took it upon herself to go on and found the Red Cross.
Well, I'm saying, did she make any political decisions for the nation?
Okay, so now we're moving the goalposts, but that's
No.
okay. So
No,
we're
I said
narrowing it
built
down to
built
women.
I said men that built this nation.
It wasn't just the political stuff that built the nation, though, right? The stuff that happened within the culture was just as important as the stuff that was going around us in political policies. So I don't think we should be fast to overlook that.
Stephen, I think that women have tons of good accomplishments and qualities and all that. I agree with you. I'm not saying I'm not saying that I hate the idea of women like that woman that started Salvation Army. That's great. But when it comes to a president, when it comes to what we're dealing with in the White House right now, or in the Capitol, when they're in there talking and he has two women sitting behind him, I think that is a sign. That's a sign, because women in war and in a serious situation where something's going to break out, a man needs to be in that position, because women don't have the same mindset. We don't think the same. We want to lift people up, people that aren't as good at things as we are. We want to lift them up and give them confidence and stuff. Men want to pick a leader, some guy that's going to protect us and do the right thing. And I'm not saying that that's not a great quality to have. It's awesome when you're a mom, and then, what are you going to do? They're going to get pregnant and have a kid, and then their whole priority and everything in their mind's going to change. It's just,
I don't know. I watched my mom feed
And wait,
seven kids
women-
on a very
women-
tight budget.
women voted Obama in, and he's a terrorist.
That's true. But look, I watched my mom feed 7 kids on a very tight budget. And I watched my mom handle all of our bills like a boss. And with having next to nothing coming in, still be able to save. And I think that a woman like my mom would be great in a position that has to do with the national deficit and our budget and how to balance a budget. So I don't want to say women aren't useless in leadership. I disagree with that.
Well, you said useless, not me.
Well, I mean, fair, but I feel like that's kind of what you were saying, though.
No, I was saying that if we want America to be awesome, like it was, that's what needs to happen. Like, yeah, and see, you're describing your mom as a mother, taking care of
Mhm.
her kids, you know,
Right.
and then she had your dad as
But you
well.
don't think those same things could be applied to like the national debt?
Would I want a woman to be the one? No, I that's and I can't even explain all the reasons. And I can say that because I'm a woman, right? I know what happens when crap hits the fan for me and what I do. And it isn't the way a man reacts, you know? And I had both of my parents. I definitely can't manage money though. I'm not good at that. So I should just shut up.
Um,
But,
I mean, I
you
don't know because like okay, Sarah Palin was the vice presidential pick for John McCain. And I couldn't stand John McCain. I voted for him with my nose plugged. But I
why?
voted for him hoping he would expire and Sarah Palin would take over.
And she ain't even American. She's a
Sarah
Canadian,
pa-
isn't she?
No, she's an Alaskan governor. That's
Oh, okay.
American
That's where it was from.
territory.
That's where it was from. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
no,
about to
she's
say, come on.
American as can be.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. John McCain, it was the absolute perfect fit for president. He loved our country. He actually went to war and was captured and tortured for our country. He
You
he
and
loved
I
the
are not.
veterans and wanted to take care of them. I don't know
You and
anything
I are
about his
not going
politics at
to
all.
agree
You
here.
need to watch the Obama and him and Obama's debates when they were debating because I just watched those recently. That
I have
man
to.
loved America and
Look,
he's amazing
I
or
go back
was.
and watch all of the debates. I even go back and watch debates between Kennedy and Nixon in black and white.
Well, you need to go watch that one again because he was perfect
I've
for
seen that
president.
one hundreds.
And
No, he was a
Obama,
war hawk. He was a
what?
Bush stamp war hawk. Look,
Oh,
the
please. There's
only
always times of
honorable thing
necessary
John
war.
McCain ever did for his country was serve in the military. And
And
he
look,
was a
had
brilliant soldier, and
no,
God
no,
bless him for his
stop.
service. But
Look,
he
what about
sold us
ISIS?
out over and over again in government.
What? You're
John McCain was
crazy.
a terrible politician.
Oh my goodness. You're crazy. Okay, look. What about ISIS? That they will
What
not.
about
They're not
ISIS?
stopping. And now we done. What do you mean? They literally had a guy in the White House. I think Obama
I
was
mean,
literally in ISIS. That's why he
if we
said their
would
name. That's why he said their name right.
if we would put oversight over the CIA, then the CIA couldn't create ISIS anymore, and we would have
Do you
less
even know
trouble.
what does the CIA do? I just did a video on this too. You didn't watch it either.
The CIA is
That's
our
it.
central intelligence agency. They collect
Hmm.
data from all around the world. They collect illegal data from our allies and
No.
our enemies to see what they're up to. What do you mean, no?
Yeah, well, I thought you were going to say from us. Go
No.
ahead, finish.
Well, I think that's the NSA that collects data from us.
Yeah, what do you think about Edward Snowden? What's your opinion on him?
Um,
Give
I
me
don't
your
know.
first gut feeling.
It's a slippery slope, right? Because you don't want people revealing secrets of national security degree just willy nilly anytime they find it personally convicting. However, I mean, he did reveal to us that the government was spying on us, which we
Yeah.
already knew, but he gave us the evidence.
Yeah, you know what they were looking for?
What?
Terrorist, like Alex Jones.
That does not give them permission to read my email.
Well, look, everything that you bring into your house, every device that you bring into your house is listening to you.
But
It's
does that
listening to
make
you.
it
It's not
moral?
it's not the government that's doing it. Yeah, but look at the freaking terrorism. The country is literally going to go down
Right, but
because of people like Alex
yeah,
Jones and everyone
but
turning against him.
but look how you're excusing the government doing it. You're saying because our enemies are doing
Because
it
they
to
wanna
us,
protect
our
us,
government,
they-
it doesn't matter. Like, no.
Our enemy. Wait,
I don't feel
Okay, so-
any more safe now than I did after they passed all the Patriot Act stuff.
Yeah, I don't. If that Obama was involved in that, right? Whatever it is, it's not good. So
No,
I
that
don't
was
know.
Bush.
Oh, okay.
Bush signed the Patriot
Then
Act
yeah,
into law.
yeah, good. That's probably a good thing. I don't know. See, I just started thinking about this stuff, and
But that's what I'm saying, though.
realizing
You haven't even
no,
checked into the
don't do
Patriot Act
that.
yet.
Don't do that.
No,
Okay,
hear me out.
don't
Hear
do
me
that.
out.
You won't hear me out. We're gonna fight now.
We've been having a 2-hour conversation, and it's been going well. So let's not start.
No.
We could
No.
talk about anything.
Well, you better be nice and say something nice about John McCain. He was a good man.
John
And I don't care
McCain
what you think.
Was a war hero, and that's literally the only nice thing I can say about him.
I don't understand you.
I have respect for him because of his being a veteran. I respect the service that he gave his country.
When
but I
he
wish
was
he had stopped there.
he was
He would have
debating
had monuments about him if he had not got into politics.
when he was debating Obama, he was able to remember names of people that were following Obama's campaign, and Obama didn't even bring anybody up that was following him. You know how like a president will talk about a certain person and they're having this problem and he wants to fix this and this and that. Obama didn't do any of that. That's the issue that I have with women voting for him. It's like, why? What was so appealing about that guy? He didn't even say anything. That he literally said that he would sit down and legitimize a terrorist.
But look, to be fair, I'm like a 5th generation Republican, and I'm as conservative as it gets. But when Obama first ran, even I was okay with some of his selling points, right? Like, he promised change. He promised to bring back accountability to the American government. He promised to stop the endless wars. So even though I voted against him, in the back of my mind for the first election, I still thought for a brief moment, okay, this might not be so bad, though. And then it was. It was terrible.
I don't, yeah, I don't know. See, all I know is whenever they were actually having the debates, I watched one and I walked away from it liking Obama. I thought he was cool and funny and all that, but I didn't even hear what they said. But when I go back and listen to it now, with the mind frame that I have now, I'm like, he's a terrorist. And so is Kamala Harris. She is a terrorist too. And I think we messed up. Especially between the two of them. I don't know. Say whatever you want to about John McCain. I literally don't know anything about him. I have heard that he's a war hawk or whatever, but I think that, somebody needs to get control of ISIS. And if America can't do it, well, it isn't going to happen. They are growing and they're killing people, beheading them to be exact. And they hate America and they hate the Jews. So of course we're part, we're going to be a part of that because we protect the Jews. And they are forcefully trying to make people submit to their, belief system or whatever, not even realizing that the Catholic Church is the one that wrote the Quran. And picked whatever the guy's name was.
Muhammad.
Yeah. Apparently the devil, he couldn't spell or something, right? Isn't that what Matt Powell says? That he couldn't spell? And so like the devil was like, write it down. And he's like, I can't. I mean, that is not the Lord,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I've read parts of the Book of Mormon the Quran, and it did nothing for me. It was gibberish, and it felt like reading something that someone would write if they were trying to make it seem like it was Old Testament scripture.
Yeah. What was it that I can't remember the details on the story about how that came to be, but basically something was going on with the Catholic Church in the Middle East, and they were trying to figure out a way to get the people out of there or something. I don't know. See, I need to look that story up again on how that all happened. But yeah, they created a huge monster. That hasn't stopped growing since. And
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
what the?
Because of the monster.
Oh, I love that. That was hilarious the other night when you did that, when your cousin said something about the flat earth.
Oh,
That
that's
was
funny.
the.
I'm not superstitious, but
It was the one you just
I'm a
played.
little stitious.
Oh, it was the no. God, please, no.
Yeah, because she said that the earth was flat. Don't play it again. That guy's screaming really loud.
That guy, that's
What?
Steve Carell.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
Michael Scott.
Steve. Yeah, what? Explain what it is that you didn't like about your name. You were saying that the other night or last night, whenever. Why?
You know what? It just okay as a child when everybody's named like Brian and Dusty and Shane, Stephen Andrew just felt pretentious to a kid, and I didn't like it because it just always came off pretentious. So I just started going by Steve for most of my young adulthood, and then when I became an adult, I just started going by my last name, and it wasn't until I came back to the faith that I started loving my real name again, Stephen Andrew.
Yeah, I wish you would make your channel. At least put your name somewhere in it. You have a great name. That is so dumb to try to hide it. And then everyone else on the show is hiding their name too. And it's like, that should be what we lead with, because we have the Lord. We have nothing to worry about. I don't care. I'm not worried about people figuring out my name.
Everybody
It's
already
just
knows
the
my name. It has nothing to do with that. I know that's
I know,
why
but
everybody thinks it is, but it's about checking my own pride.
you got
I don't
everybody
want
paranoid
the
about it.
channel to have. I don't want my channel to be named after me. As a matter of fact, I was having this conversation with my girlfriend not long ago, and I asked her about changing the name of the channel because everybody calls me Proverbs Guy, and it's Proverbs Guy Ministries now, and I don't want to have my own ministry named after me like Kenneth Copeland kind of thing. And I was like, what if I just keep it Proverbs Guy Ministries and I go by Stephen Andrew again? And she's like, well, I don't even think it's a big deal. I think you're overthinking it. So,
Stephen Andrew. I don't know if I'd go with that. That one's already been ruined, ain't it?
Stephen Andrew is my name.
I know, but I'm saying, you could just
No,
go by
that's Stephen
Stephen.
Anderson.
Oh, Anderson. That's right. Yeah, he's something. I don't know. Have you ever met that guy?
Who, Stephen Anderson?
Yeah.
Heck no. That guy, I don't know. I think he's full of hate.
I think he's faking it. If you want my honest opinion, I think it's all an act.
You think it's an elaborate
to a degree.
ruse?
Oh, yeah. For clicks or something.
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess it could be.
I mean, because the only other thing that it could be is that he's suppressing his own homosexual feelings. And I'm trying as hard as I can not to go with that. Because he doesn't seem that way. I'm not judging or anything. I'm just saying he doesn't seem that way. So I'm assuming it's for the views.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
because
don't even really
that-
want to speculate, to be honest.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't. We probably shouldn't. We'll just let everybody do it on their own.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, like, I don't mind if you speculate. I just don't
It's
want
like-
to speculate because I don't
It's
know.
like why aren't any of these weirdos going after him? He's literally making Christianity look hateful. Why aren't we going after him instead of Kent?
I don't
'Cause
think
Kent-
anybody wants to address him because addressing him would be like acknowledging that he's a part of our circle, kind of
He
thing.
is. He absolutely is, though.
I don't think so.
I think it's just because they don't like Kent. It's either they got kicked out or they're an atheist. Change my mind.
That everybody who hates Kent got kicked out or is an atheist? No, that sounds about accurate.
Yeah.
Or you left on your own and you left, under not great terms. Like some people left on their own decision, like my family did, and we just still were not on good terms.
Wait. Like your family did. So all of you guys left at the same time? So when did all that stuff happen with you and your wife?
Well, that's what
If
I'm
you-
talking about when I say family.
I know, but
And
I thought,
we separated shortly after we left DAO.
oh, okay. Yeah, and you and the guy, you guys are still friends, right?
We're friends now, but we grew up together. Like, we grew up in diapers together.
You guys grew up in diapers together, huh?
Yeah, like our families grew up together, and they were all homeschooled and went to the same church. Like, we grew up together.
Oh, what kind of church did you go to when you were young?
Until I was about 10, we went to a Baptist church, a First Baptist church.
Hold on
And
one
then
second.
when we I'm gonna play you guys a little short video while we wait.
Wait, I'm here.
All right, we are back, and we have MissingMod in the studio. MissingMod, thank you for joining us today.
Wait, is your voice sounds weird? Is that maybe that's just me? I guess.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Meow.
I'm
Meow,
like,
go
whoa.
ahead and Meow, go ahead and tell us what you were going on about.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know. Oh, you were going on about something. Let's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
We are opened up to questions and answers. Anyone in the audience who wants to come challenge us or comment
They ain't
on our
coming there.
content or tell us that we're ugly, just come on in. I'll drop the link in the chat.
They ain't
Come
coming.
tell
They're
us why we're
scared.
wrong.
They scared. They scared.
Well, I mean, we are two
I'm
of
scared
the most
too.
intimidating voices on YouTube. It's you, me, and Kent Hovind that
Hey.
atheists fear.
Don't forget, it's not me, you, and Kent. We are the same person. Remember? Everyone
you're
thought we were
identifying as a man.
what? That would be terrible for some
So
person.
you want me to identify as a woman? Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I see what kind of
yes.
weird religion you're peddling.
But look,
On to you.
it's funny because who in their right mind would make an alt account and make it the same name, but just a guy, right? Because we got the same name. I guess they didn't know my name back then, though.
You know what is funny is so many people accuse me of being MissingMod.
Yeah, and I just don't understand that.
Even Chuck
People
pulled me aside one time when we first met, and he's like, "Hey, bro, level with me. Are you MissingMod?" And I was like, "No, MissingMod's a chick." He's like,
Well,
"Well,
he's
you're the
got-
only one who's ever talked to her." I was like, "Yeah, good point."
Well, while he's got a microphone under his arm.
And then
No
I was
offense.
praying that you didn't just disappear off the internet with no explanation before you could like talk and introduce yourself, because then people would definitely think it was me and it just like retired the sock account.
I'm just like, I don't know. I guess. Yeah, I'm just wondering how in the world, where do some people come up with these ideas? It just, I don't know. You still got that guy Mike blocked?
Oh, Mike, no, I unblocked Mike. He is
Oh,
unblocked.
good. Good.
You know what though? Everybody I once blocked, I still can't see them in the comment section. Like they can comment, but I can't see them.
So you don't see anyone then?
Well, I don't see anything from Big Bad Mama. I don't see anything from Mark. I don't see anything from Aiden. Nothing from Cindy. Nothing from any of that group.
Well,
Nothing
dude,
from...
to be fair, you still have Mark blocked.
Well, I probably do. But yeah, that's because he's always coming in being aggressive and ignorant.
Yeah, we should talk
and
about him.
lying.
Talk about him because you know he won't come in.
He tried to come in yesterday. No, he tried to come in a couple days ago. The
Yeah,
night we
but-
shut him down.
Yeah, but the non-human Stephanie was here. Because, you know, he always says, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen," and Stephanie. Which is kind
I
of...
always say,
whatever.
"Hi." I'm Proverbs Guy, and you're not.
Yeah. Well, that's the only one. I don't know. I don't know who.
You know who I got that from? I don't
Who?
know if he's the guy who like is where it originally comes from, but I got that from one of my like comedy idols, Chevy Chase.
I wonder if Brett's out there watching.
I emailed Brett earlier because I was going to invite him to stop by after you and I had our full discussion, but he never did reach back out to me.
Hi, Charles Sexton.
Hey, Charles, how's it going, brother? That's how Kent Hovind talks. He'll be like, hey, I got a wild idea, brother. He'll be like, oh, mercy. How did you get this idea, Brother Hovind? Well, I was up at 3 a.m. eating pizza with peanut butter on it, and I had a wild idea. But what's crazy is his ideas really do work.
I know he's going to have that dinosaur, that big one that he wants. It's going to happen. And look, everybody can say whatever they want to about him in his prison time and if he was guilty or not guilty. And I'll just save my own opinion because it's not going to be what everyone thinks about that. But the bottom line is there was no formal complaint. So it doesn't matter if he broke the law or not. The government cannot initiate a investigation on someone. It has to be from a citizen that calls in and says, hey, something weird's going on, and then that gets their attention. So when the government comes up and says, here, we got all this stuff going on, but there wasn't a formal complaint, well, guess what? Just like Kent describes, you missed first base. So that lawsuit, as soon as a judge looks at it, there's some reason why it's being held off. I don't know why. It's probably to give the people that are responsible time to repent.
Well, speaking of federal government, Stephanie, this guy is literally from the federal government. So be careful what you say from here on out.
A mailman.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, how's it going, you guys?
Hi.
ProverbsGuy and MissingMod.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
You
Good to
sound
see
like
you
you're
too.
waking up
both.
from a nap.
No, I didn't take a nap. No, I've been awake.
Gosh.
It's Yasum Woman.
Oh, this is a great sized crowd. Ryan, by chance, do you have YouTube volume up in the background?
No, let me close Facebook. Did that help?
Let me see.
I still hear an echo.
That's the first time I've heard that echo. Now at least I know what you were talking about before.
Wow,
Yeah, I didn't hear
okay.
it before either.
Well, I don't know.
Talk for me, Yasum.
I'm here. Do you hear me?
Yes, and you're echoing. Hold on
I
one
am
second.
too. I hear that. Both of us.
Okay, Cuz, do you have YouTube up in the background?
Nothing. Hold on. Let me make sure I have no other apps open. None.
Where did you access it from? Did you access it from Messenger?
Yes.
I don't understand why you're echoing.
I'm going to reconnect.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't hear an echo. Maybe my headphones are just awesome or something.
I heard the echo. Ryan, it wasn't you, brother.
He's been hearing things all night, though.
Have you been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes?
We have been.
Wow, because I was on
Yeah.
Father Chuck's earlier. Were you on this one and Father Chuck at the same time?
No. As soon as this one started, I got off of Father Chuck's, but I was over there for a really long time.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I thought you started this one at 7 o'clock, but apparently you didn't.
No, I started it before that. That's just the time I put on it.
You'll have
Okay.
to
No echo.
You'll have to apologize to Father Chuck for me because when I was on his show earlier, a kind of emergency came up and I took off and forgot it was still on. So I don't know if they were talking to me or not, but I didn't even remember it was on. So
That's all right.
Lucky is here. Hey, Lucky.
MissingMod and I have been having a 2.5 hour conversation. catching up about all the topics that have been going around YouTube. Do you guys have anything you want to bring up?
No, not particularly.
We have covered aliens, demons, ghosts, goblins, werewolves, politics, religion, Kent Hovind, Mark Stoney, states, everything else in between, really.
Did you talk about the shape of the Earth?
Oh yeah, you know we did. Oh, and Yawsome, you guys would get along because both of you guys believe in that Old Testament description of the Earth shape, if you know what I mean.
Hoorah!
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, you mean a
And that was
kindred
good.
spirit that
Awesome.
actually believes the word of God? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love that Missing Mod.
Thank you. I appreciated that about you too. I would just laugh so hard at Steven when I found out.
I
No
know he
offense
was
to
mocking
anybody.
me, but I was laughing harder on the
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he does that to me too.
and having propagandist information. It's hard to come out of that sometimes.
Yeah, you're going in and out though. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, my volume just changed.
It's Steven. He's just taken over. He's holding me hostage, so.
How am I holding anybody hostage? And if any of you blink, I'm telling you right now, you'll meet Jesus today.
Well, my avatar just blinked a bunch of times actually.
Do you guys know a biblical way to threaten someone?
How's that?
Never thought about it.
A biblical way to what?
A biblical way to threaten someone.
I like the one you came up with years ago. How dare you? Or no, how did you say it? You are burning strange incense in the front of the Lord.
Yeah, you just burned strange offerings unto the Lord, buddy.
That's what it was. Yeah, I love that one. That was a good one.
Cuz, I'm sorry, but you have the worst echo in the world.
I can't even hear y'all no more. I'm disconnecting again. I'm gonna make sure everything's exited out of before I come back.
All right. I'm sorry about that, guys. Man, that echo, it got progressively worse. Like the Obama policies.
Echo.
Ryan, are you sure you don't have any YouTube window open?
Yeah. Do I still echo?
Yeah.
Oh, I do still echo.
So it might be you and Tabitha playing off each other. I don't know why you have an echo, though, if there's no YouTube page open.
I don't have YouTube open.
He's got a slight echo, but I think it's just because the mic he's using. It's just the room, you know.
No, he never echoes like that.
Oh, okay.
Ryan, why don't you go out and try to come back in, too?
Okay.
Maybe it's just a glitch. Now I hope Yawsome comes back before he comes back so we can see if she's echoing. Oh, perfect. All right, cuz, go ahead and talk for us. Let's see if we have the
Okay,
echo.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, still got an echo.
What is going on?
Well, it's not you. Ryan has an echo, too.
Hello.
Oh.
You guys are both echoing terrible. What's going on?
I'm still echoing, and I don't know why.
Stephanie, do you have YouTube up in the background?
No. Have I been echoing at all?
No, that's the weird thing. I don't understand it.
Well, mute. I'm muted anyways. I'm about to mute.
Well, there you have it. Everybody just stay muted until you talk, and then it should work out fine.
I don't even hear what you're talking about. I don't hear an echo. I hear like a slight echo, like they're in a room, you know, like it's in a room or something, but it's nothing that I'm not used to hearing with Dustin talking.
Okay, so there are 4 conservatives in this room right now. All 4 of us are Ron DeSantis fans. I find that fascinating.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well,
Oh, okay.
when you think about it, though,
What?
everybody in here has a connection to Florida. that could have something to do with it.
What's your connection, Ryan?
I was born there.
Oh, I didn't
I
know
lived,
that.
I lived there until I was 9 years old.
I did not know that, Ryan. So you're right.
Yeah,
All four of
yeah.
us have a connection to Florida. That's cool.
Okay, I had 2 stream yards open in the background that I just closed out. Did that help?
No, you're still echoing. But it's okay. Just keep muted until you're ready to talk. But you can start right now. We'll give you the floor. And Ryan, you mute when you're... Yep, there you go. All right. Go ahead, cuz you have the floor. Tell us what is on your mind politically.
Politically?
Well, we were entering the politics, and then next, Charles Sexton wants us to go into DNA. Or we could just go right into DNA.
Let's go into DNA because I could care less about politics right now. It's all just a bomb in our face either way you stitch it, so.
All right, so Charles Sexton, and I quote, I want to bring up DNA. I found out that one of my mutations has the correct version, as written by Yudhe Vadhe and someone in Indonesia. That's not the first time I've heard that the name of God is written in our DNA. That's a very popular consensus in the Hebrew faith.
Yeah, and scientifically, the scientists cannot disclaim it either. They have been unable to disclaim it.
Which is fascinating, and that really is a good piece of evidence that we need to investigate into, because it's kind of the smoking gun with atheists, right? Like, how do they defute that?
How do you defute the fact that your inhale, exhale speaks the name of God? That is amazing to me.
Your inhale, exhale? Is that what it is?
Cuz you're going to have to break that one down.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're muted, cuz. I don't know if you're aware of that, MissingMod.
Nope, I didn't.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and explain to us the...
So the inhale scientifically, and this has also been really hard for them to disclaim also, but the inhale, they said, translates to a YH, and the exhale translates to a WH. So they say that actually his biblical name, the way it's written in ancient texts, is pronounced the same way. It's the inhale is, and the exhale is. And I've tried it. I've tried to do it differently and everything. If I'm just laying there not like, focusing on it, and then I think about it, I'm like, wait, it does sound like that. Hold on, let me do it again. But yeah, they've actually tried to disprove it too, and they were unable to because they said that's exactly what the sound waves say when you're inhaling and exhaling. Those are the letters that you're proclaiming with each breath. Stump, I think you're talking to us, but you're muted.
Can you explain again how your DNA has God in it? Can you explain that again?
They say the inhale actually says the letter, they pronounce the sounds of the letter YH, and the exhale says WH. So it's Yahweh.
Okay. And what about the DNA part? Do you say they can't dispute?
They can't disprove it. They keep trying to disprove it, and it's the same thing. The way, okay, so cells are represented by oh, my mind just went. It's been a long time since I talked about this part, but the strands of the DNA actually spell out the name of God because they're all represented by letters. And the letters and the strands, the way that they're organized, spells out the name of God.
Okay, that's cool. I'm sure that there's some atheists who will say that that's all been debunked.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I'm in the scientific community, and they're actually having massive fallouts and arguments about it because they can't disprove it, and they're trying so desperately to.
Well, and we don't have any atheists in here tonight because they're all too chicken. So they're scared of us. They're afraid. They're crying in a corner with a blanket, trying to find a safe space from our mean thoughts. Right, guys?
Yep.
No.
I didn't hear the question.
You guys don't think that the atheists are out there hiding from us, like little school children?
Um, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I guess, because they won't, nobody's coming on.
They won't come on tonight because we're their parents and they're afraid of us. They know if they come in here and act up, they'll get spanked. Like
I think
that
it's
little
deeper than
children.
that. I think they're scared they might actually find Christ and become born again, and then they'll have to disappoint all their little atheist friends.
Oh, you're right. Yep, you're right. That's what it is. Right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Come on, we're antagonizing, man. Let's hear what you got.
Hello there, the servant of the Logos. I would like for you to come in the room if you'd like, if you would. The servant of the Logos, our friend in East Tennessee, where I have other friends. So nice to see you. But I have to admit, I kind of played hooky today. I did not go to church this morning.
Uh-oh, Ryan.
Yeah, I stayed in
If you don't
bed.
go take attendance, how do you expect to get into heaven?
I know. I have to admit, I stayed in bed this morning.
No, I'll be honest. I was up till 3 in the morning doing that live stream with Stump last night.
Yeah,
And
wow.
yeah, and we slept in to where we couldn't go to the church, but we did watch it on YouTube, the whole service.
Okay.
And we both really regretted not going, so we're gonna go every
Yeah,
week.
I regret it too. I haven't even watched Faith Community Chapel's service yet on YouTube. I haven't even done that, which I normally do after church in the afternoon. But yeah, my friend who had the paranormal experience with me, he says he is very willing to cooperate and go on my channel and talk about it. His side of the story.
Tuesday night, right?
Yeah. I don't know if he wanted to do a dry run though. First, he wanted to actually see how it's like for it. Just like I didn't know how to use StreamYard first, and you showed me. Do you have to download an app or anything? I'm trying to remember. Can I just send someone a link?
There is no app to download. It's just
So
links.
if I was to send a link to my friend, but I'd have to send it. I'm not friends with him on Facebook, so I'd have to send it directly to his phone. Would I be able to send a link to his phone?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
You can copy and paste the link from Messenger and then paste it in a text message.
Okay.
I'm Proverbs Guy. I'm the host of the Proverbs Guy Hangout, and I am technical support.
Yeah, we need that sometimes.
MissingMod, Mark's not banned from the channel. He can come on right now if he so chose to.
I was just going to speak about Mark because I was reading in the chats and I was wondering who is Mark that they're saying is talking about you again.
Mark Stoney is a arch nemesis of mine. He was a co-worker in the vineyard at Dinosaur Adventureland. You probably met him while you were there visiting me.
Was he the stuck-up one with the kids?
No.
Okay.
No. He had a little girl. He was a single guy with a little girl.
Yeah, I met him in the dining hall. Sure did.
Yep, that's him. He despises the ground Kent Hovind walks upon, and he rues the day Kent Hovind was born, and I'm a supporter of Kent Hovind again, so we are natural enemies.
Mm.
Well,
The division in this world is thick enough to spread it on bread.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so insightful, Missing Mod.
I know, right? I know. It's just hard to tell. It's just hard to tell if somebody's brave or not when they literally can't defend themselves. You know.
Well, look,
So
if I was to put out an invite right now, this very moment, to Atheist AJ, I bet you he would still not come on.
yeah, but what does that got to do with Mark?
Well, it's that whole group, that whole side. Mark also has the ability to come on. He just doesn't like when I call him out when he lies.
Oh. By the way, guys, I want to promote True Brew.
Tell us about your friend, Jose.
My friend Jesus.
That's right.
You constantly do that. You're so racist.
Oh, man.
I met Jesus years ago through another friend, and he was living near me at the time. He is from Mexico. His parents are Mexican. They were living near me. I met him when he was just a teenager. This was years ago, and I was much younger too. See, because if you go back years, you get younger. But he's now living back in Mexico, and we still kind of stay in touch through Messenger. Every now and then we message each other, but he would be in his 30s now, I guess, because this was a long time ago. But
My
yeah,
childhood friend growing up was Julio.
Julio, yeah.
He was also
And
Mexican.
Chantel's son.
Tyler, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I would like to promote sweet tea, mother's milk for your southern neighbors.
All right, everybody out there, go grab yourself a glass of sweet tea. And if you don't have a glass of sweet tea, it's because you're a Yankee, and we don't want Yankees watching this channel. I'm kidding. Yankees
Just
are welcome
kidding.
to watch this channel.
I don't have sweet tea. I could go get some if I wanted to.
Oh,
And
Ryan.
if you don't know how to make it right, just ask your southern neighbor. We'll help.
Ryan is in Georgia. He should know how to make sweet tea.
Well, yeah, we used to make it when I was a kid, but I mean, I could go to Publix right now and get a gallon of it if I wanted to.
That stuff has caramel in it, and it does not taste the same. It is and bad. Is the one thing I don't like from Publix anymore. I used to,
Really?
but since I have
Maybe it's
adult
Publix.
mature taste,
Also,
I agree.
Oh,
I don't like Publix tea. That's the only Publix product I also don't like.
do you know they actually put caramel in it?
Caramel.
Sounds
Okay.
delicious.
I would
caramel.
agree.
Caramel's just sugar in it.
For the hypothetical Indonesian, then it would
Huh?
be hypocritical of me.
Yeah, it's
to
like corn
overplay
syrup.
my DNA mutation.
Caramel?
Just trying to use health problems to
Caramel.
be like the
Car-
correct version.
Oh, so wait, is it not the same?
Well,
Is
caramel
the
is what
king-
the
It's
Yankees
in
call it.
pronunciation.
Oh.
If you live
well,
above the Mason-Dixon line, you call it caramel.
I
If you
Potato,
live below the
potato.
Mason-Dixon line, it's caramel or it's
Caramel.
get out.
I
Okay.
live in Central Florida. Literally never been out other than 2 states. I've been
You
here
do
my
not
whole
live
life.
in Central Florida.
Missing Mod, you're like my neighbor here.
She's not. She's telling a fib. It might be central to
No,
where,
I knew
like,
she
her
lived there.
perspective, but it's not
Yeah.
like Central Florida to our perspective.
Okay, I'm where 27 and 60 cross each other. That is like literally Central Florida.
I can see where I grew up. I could see SeaWorld's fireworks from my front yard.
Hmm.
You're right
Okay.
down the road.
So I was like dead in Orlando. Well, Orlando's
well,
dead, but
Yeah, then you are closer than I thought.
I'm not there anymore. But I moved. Thank God.
So you're not
I
in
mean-
Orlando, but you're still in the immediate area?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
well,
I'm
I
over here in Lake Wales.
Yawsome, it's possible that she dated
I know exactly
Bobby
where
or
you are.
Daryl.
Who?
I think you both live in Polk County, or no?
It is
Wait,
Polk
what?
Yeah,
County,
it's Polk
roughly
County,
Polk
yeah.
County.
Polk County, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly where you are then.
Yeah,
I didn't-
it's possible that you dated either one of my brothers or my cousin.
Just
No,
because they got around doesn't mean she did.
I don't know if there was a poor girl in Florida that was left unscathed by their disasters.
No, I never, not with no. What was the other name? There was Bobby and what?
It was Edward, who went by Buddy, and Bobby, and Daryl.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Daryl
dated.
also was D Money or D
When I
or
was a child, I
Money.
lived in Lake County
Yeah.
until I was 9, from the age of 3 until the age of 9. Proverbs Guy, in my testimony, I tell where I was born and where I lived. Maybe you forgot.
I had to have forgot.
He didn't watch it. That's
Yeah.
why. He never does. He doesn't watch any of it. not any of my stuff anyway.
MissingMod has the audacity to take swipes at Alex Jones for spreading false news, and here she's doing the same thing.
No. Tell me one of my videos. Anything. Just anything.
I'm
that
gonna
I've
have
said in
to
a
check
video.
you out.
I've watched like 4 videos where you were scathing me, and you were like, "Bolin is a liar, and his dwelling place is the devil's armpit."
Well,
And he eats babies.
I didn't say that.
He
No.
eats babies for fun, not even
So-
because he's hungry, even though he's always hungry because he's fat.
I've never said that. And to be fair, when I call you a liar, I say we are all liars. So
Fair.
Well, I'll have to go check out your account since we're kindred spirits.
yeah, well, yeah.
Because
Well,
you guys
it's been
are more
nice knowing
kindred
you.
than know.
Well, the flat Earth thing does kind of give us that, but
No, you
people
guys are
people
even more
just
kindred
don't
than that.
like me. People don't. Some people do like me, but there's a lot of people that love me, but there's a lot that don't. And Steven
Well,
thinks I'm
everything
crazy
I
when they.
post in the comments of these shows when I'm on, I've agreed with you so far. So
Oh,
Yawsome
good then.
is about to have her own panel on my show, and it might be cool if she had a bunch of like female guests, and she could like manage her own.
Whoa.
What does that sound?
I don't know.
Is it aliens?
I had a vehicle go by.
It might have been the vehicle, Ryan. Yep.
Yeah, I had a truck or something go by. Well, I love MissingMod, but
But
she kind of hurt my feelings with
I'm
things that she's in the video she posted.
Oh, that's
I'm
right,
sorry.
Ryan. She threw shade on you too. She got you and me.
yeah, I was so mad about how you guys were acting towards me. I was just like, ew, I lost it. But
I
yeah,
wasn't
I'm sorry
trying
about that.
I wasn't trying to be condescending or anything like that. I was just dumbfounded. That's all.
Yeah, because it you get the reaction to it like everything you've ever said now doesn't mean anything. It's dumb because you fell for something, and it's just like I hate that. That's why I don't even like bringing it up. What's so funny?
I didn't think
No,
that.
it's just funny that you're
I hate that.
describing it like that. It's very honest
is.
of you, and I appreciate your honesty.
It is exactly like that. That's why it's made me mad. Because
Well, I don't like making anybody mad. I really don't.
it happens so easy with me. I'm sorry. So
Unless they're an atheist and I confront them about their unbelief and maybe they get mad, but hopefully it leads to them coming to the Lord,
it was mainly Steven. I get, I did the same thing to someone else too. And I felt bad about that and I apologize for it. But, I did, yeah, that's true too. I do. I almost called him MissingMod. Big Bad Mama says 1 minute MissingMod hates you and the next she loves you. Welcome to my world. What? I ain't never hated you.
Sometimes people need to be offended. I was deeply offended back in 2019 and I needed to be because me being offended led to me getting right with God. Someone hurt me a great deal, and I needed for that to happen. To help me to get me to turn to God, I needed to be offended. Hey, Dustin, come on in the room.
Well, everybody has to pass the MissingMod smell check first. So as long as they're not beefing, everyone is welcome in. Dustin,
I
you
don't care.
should come in
They-
because I thought you and MissingMod were hitting it off.
What?
I wounded where you went.
Wondered, I'm guessing he means.
Yeah,
Oh.
I had the opportunity last minute to conduct kind of a back and forth interview between MissingMod and myself, so I had to jump on it.
Yeah, and they don't. It doesn't matter if we got beef. I usually people that are beefing with me, I just am like, okay, well, you can keep it then, I guess. I don't care. I do care in some cases. I want to fix it, but in other cases, it's just not fixable. I guess.
Charles Sexton is talking a lot about DNA and stuff. It'd be nice if he came into the room.
He doesn't have a good microphone. I've invited him no less than 100 times. I like Charles.
Okay.
He came in for a second, right? But
I think he tried once.
Yeah, and his you were saying that he had an echo. I didn't hear it, but I guess it's just me because I'm not hearing.
Charles, that was
Oh yeah, that's right, Grodestone.
Grodestone.
Yeah. We need to have him pronounce that next time.
Granosto. Oh yeah. So Yassam, you and MissingMod could actually do a show together, kind of like a news-styled show, and like introduce new Christian news and alien news or whatever you guys wanted.
I mean, I could see that being like a guest or something, but if you can't let a whole show weigh on me because
No, you and her together.
I know, but
you
I'm
guys
saying like
together tag team people. Like you guys can have a guy come on and y'all just shred him to pieces.
yeah, that would be. And look, I like the idea, but you just never know. Like I never know. I could just
Yassam will do it with you. Look, she stabbed me.
Which I need to ask you about that. Tell me the
She
details.
tried to eat part of my face.
I really did.
I could see
Okay, so
why
me and him were like 12 years old. Well, I was like 12. He's 3 years younger than me. And we were lit candles in my grandmother's house on the floor of her brand new linoleum that she just got laid. And we did a Heaven's Gates Hell's Flame play by ourselves, like the church did. And the candle wax got all over the floor, and we're trying to get it up. And he's like, "I'm going to tell on you. This was your idea." And he ran behind a chair as I chased him to pummel him. So I grabbed a knife and I dangled it over his head, and so on top of the chair. And I was like, "If you tell on me, I'm going to drop this. You better promise you're not going to tell." And it went on until it actually slipped out of my hand and stabbed him in the head. And then I had to sit on his sit on his lap and bite his cheek until he promised not to tell on me for stabbing him.
True story.
Oh man, I've been wanting to hear that.
It really happened like that.
Knows.
Man, that must have been awesome. Did you tell on her, Steven?
It was pretty awesome.
I don't think I told on her after she bit my face. That's
She's
what
like-
she did to me while I was awake. I didn't know what she had planned for after I fell asleep. I woke up without a nose.
He was scared.
I was scared. Yeah, I was scared. Oh, she had a reputation of bullying the bullies. Like, if you had a bully problem, you got a hold of your cousin, and she went and dealt with it.
Like, seriously, I had anger issues. I was getting abused really bad at home, and I didn't know how to handle it, so I just started being people's bodyguard. Get to whoop butt with a purpose,
Yeah. I know there isn't anybody on the internet that I haven't wanted to physically harm more than Steven. He just annoys the crap out of me sometimes. I love him though. I care about him, so that's pretty much why. That's why I'm so hard on him about the King James
the truth
stuff.
is, she hates every word that comes out of my mouth, and everything that comes out of my mouth is factual. So
I hear him. I hear his tone of voice trying to get you riled up there, Mod. Don't let him get to you.
Thank you. I was thinking that he was up to something.
Oh, he was definitely trying to get you. That's like whenever he tells me, Tabitha, Paul was a great apostle. And I'm like, I know what you're trying to do. No, the devil is a liar.
I don't know. I think he pretty much got you the other night, right?
He did.
What was it?
Did.
Yeah.
He got me going.
Mm.
I know Dustin had to tell me to calm down. I'm like, I'm not even really that mad. I'm just excited.
You'll know because Dustin will shout out out of nowhere, "Sidecard instigator."
I mean,
Or
anybody
shut
tell
up!
me I'm wrong, but that's true.
Well, what was it that you said the other night, Stephen? I was reading in that video I just did. I was talking about the verse in Revelation where it talks about an eternal punishment for adding or taking away from the words in that book. So I'd be a little leery of what I don't know. All I do know is I don't want to go to hell for listening to some guy that, I don't know what the details of the whole thing are, but I don't know.
And see, my thing is, I agree with you. I don't think we have the right to take out or put in anything. So we have to accept the fact that he's there already. But you're supposed to read with a spirit of discernment too.
When it's God's word, in a way you are doing that because you are kind of speaking up for that whole idea of that he's not he shouldn't be in there basically. And I would just be careful. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe you're right, but as far as I know, I'm going to go with what Revelation says.
I would love to share a video with you that really helped me finalize my feelings on it. And it's actually produced by Stephen's father. And he really just summed up all my feelings on it with one video. And the facts and the references, I mean, you can't dismiss it once you've seen it. You're just like, I can't unsee this. And it just makes so many biblical references and points that, honestly, to me, after you see it, like I said, you just can't unsee it.
Come here.
Well, I think God is powerful and perfect, and he is absolutely capable of getting the book to us the way it's supposed to be. And I trust that, and I have faith in that. And I definitely don't think that I have any understanding of why he decided to do what he did. But I love Stephen's point the other night. If I could remember even just one word of it, I can't. But
well, here's another thing too that really broke me on Paul, because Jesus tells us that everything should be seconded. There should be a witness to every prophecy or every. But anyways, the point is, Paul, a lot of the things he says, nobody else confirms, like eating meat that's been sacrificed, or not worrying about eating meat if it's clean or unclean, and just these different things. Nobody else reverberates that at all.
Hey, cuz,
and it just made me so leery of him that whenever I started studying,
Are you on speakerphone?
What do you mean?
It's just you have such a bad echo. Everybody is complaining about the echo that they can't really hear what you're saying. And I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know. All I could really do is just restart my phone, I guess. See if that's the problem.
Yeah, would you try that? I'm sorry.
No, you're all right. I'll be back in a little while. It's going to take me a few minutes to do that.
Okay. All right, we'll see
all
you
right,
soon.
love ya.
Okay.
Love you too.
Everybody.
Since Stephen was not going to say it. You're a meanie.
All right. I'm not a meanie. I love her very dearly.
Oh, now you say it when she's not here.
She's my flesh and blood. She knows I love her.
Mm-hmm.
She knows you love her like she knows you love yourself.
Check this out, Ryan. Check this out, guys. And there you have it.
Wow, that's a cool new intro you got there.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to make you
Yes.
guys both intros like that updated before I go on kind of my leave.
Oh, when is this going to happen?
So in 2 weeks, we start harvest season. And harvest season is going to be sometimes working 7 days a week. And I'm going to be off of YouTube except for Monday nights for about a month and a half.
Okay.
So you and Stump have the reins. You guys don't burn the place down. You have a seasoned veteran in Father Charles who can help you along the way.
Alrighty. Do I see why aren't I 50 points up and it looks like Hillary Clinton?
That's not Hillary. Look at the face a little bit closer.
I can't really tell what face that is.
He's trying to goat me. He's trying to goat me. He's trying to
Why aren't I
goat me.
50 points up?
Can you biggie eyes his screen? Let's see. Maybe I can try.
You know who it is.
Biggie eyes it. Biggie eyes it. Do it.
There we go. Do it again.
It's ingenious. It's ingenious. It's ingenious.
It's Ron DeSantis.
Oh,
It's wrong to sand shoes. Wrong to sand shoes. That is so hilarious. Oh my god.
How many times was it, Dustin? Dustin, how many times was
get me some Tillamook ice cream.
I'm sorry, what? Say that again. I've been laughing too hard.
I just wanted to know how many times it was.
How many times what was?
You were dropped on your head as a baby.
Oh, at least 5.
No. I did accidentally hold my baby niece's head up into a ceiling fan once smelling her diaper.
Why would you say? Oh, well, I guess that makes sense.
Well, yeah, I was babysitting, so I had to see if she had a dirty diaper. So I gave her the diaper sniff, and I held her above my head to do it, and forgot that I was 6'3". And while I'm sniffing her diaper, I hear plunk, 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 and I lift the baby down. I'm like, "What the heck was that?" And then the baby starts crying, and I look up at the fan, and I'm like, "You big, tall idiot."
Oh, that's hilarious.
The niece turned out fine. She's beautiful. She's got a big IQ, and she's going to school. I didn't do permanent damage.
We don't know that you did or didn't do permanent damage. She might be operating at suboptimal level because of that, those concussions.
I mean, you're right. Technically, I could have taken away the next Einstein from the world, so thanks for rubbing that in my face. But you know what? She's above average, so she's not dumb.
She's above average.
Yeah, she's a smart kid.
I agree. I'm not arguing. I just think it's funny.
Oh, MissingMod, you're gonna make your exit now?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Why?
Maybe if you're still on, maybe I can come back. But
okay.
I'm
It's
sorry,
just
you
I know
guys.
once you leave, things change, and you're gonna go back to picking on me in the comment section.
Oh well, that's probably never gonna stop until you straighten up. No,
Okay. All right.
no, it's out of love anyway. But
All right. Well, thank you for this showdown. It was interesting, and I'm glad we got it all out on the table.
yeah, me too. It was good talking to all you guys. I'll be in the
It was
chat.
nice. It was nice actually hearing your voice for a change.
Oh, well, you too. I hear yours all the time though. So
Yeah.
it was still nice. All right, awkward goodbye, I guess.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
That picture is just so accurate.
I had to make sure it wasn't my audio causing an echo. So Dustin, very clever,
What's up?
Very clever avatar there. Where'd you find it?
Have you ever heard of what's his name? Hold on, I have to think of it. I forget what his name is. Hold on. Where is it?
You forget what the name is. All right.
Mark Dice. Mark Dice. You ever hear of Mark Dice?
No. Too late now.
Why?
No, I never heard of him.
Mark Dice is he made that for his YouTube thing.
Did you see?
I snaked it.
Did you see the one that I did for the episode I was going to be doing with Chuck? Let me share my screen with you.
Okay.
I think you're on it, Dustin.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't have room for you on here. No, you're not on this one. There you look. There you go.
Oh, that's nice. You're really trying. You're really trying to get him to be recognized as a Catholic priest, aren't you?
He is. He's trying to make me Catholic.
Look, I asked Chuck ahead of time. I said, Chuck, is it too Catholic?
No,
it's
he did. Hey, I got a good sense of humor. Yeah, that's cool.
And the messed up part is we never got to do that episode.
You're right, Steve. We didn't. You're right. Yeah.
All right, Yassam, welcome back to the conversation.
So we lost Missing Mod.
We lost her. Yes, she's missing again. She's missing.
She's missing again.
Do I have an echo?
Awesome. No echo.
Nope, no echo.
I don't think you do now. Mm-mm.
Huh, everybody sounds good. All right, and that's a shame because Missing Mod and Yassam were getting into the Paul conversation, and then Missing Mod.
Yeah, it was getting interesting. Yeah.
Well, Pastor, you could pick up, and maybe you guys could have
a ice cream here.
Fun back.
Oh Lordy!
I have to warn you of this, Pastor. She really does have a lot of supporting scripture to back her up.
I know she does, but Tab, you remember we've been through this before. And
We have, like I said, we could go to another topic, or we could just repeat history, which is what America's fond of.
Well, you guys had a conversation set up about the early church or Constantine or something, and I really wanted to get to that eventually.
Well, we were. Go ahead, Tab. Go ahead, hon.
Conversation, but I want to come in with an educated standpoint from his view as well as mine.
No, that's fair. So you want to be mentally equipped for the conversation.
I got to put my armor on for the battle.
All right.
Just
so no Apostle Paul and no early church. That's taking a lot off the table on a Christian channel, guys.
Yeah. So what are you saying? We do this in the future, but we always say we're going to do it in the future, and we don't. I didn't mean that facetiously at all. I really didn't.
I think just a tad bit.
No, I didn't. Steve, your cousin knows me. He knows when I'm being facetious.
He's harmless. He hardly ever mocks me when I'm doing my confessions.
Confess your sins to man. Okay.
Oh, Steven.
I knew you did that. Oh.
All right, here's the easiest way to do it. What days are good for you? They normally things can always pop up. What days? Meaning evenings. I guess evenings are good for you. I'm guessing. I could be wrong.
Well, what she's saying, Pastor, is she won't be able to do it for several months because she's in school right now, finishing her degree to be a what?
Environmental scientist. And I didn't say several months. I want to read the book that Pastor Charles had referred me to.
Yes.
That he wanted me to read before our discussion. I just haven't had time for that because of my studies.
Yes. Because I want it to be
I
fair,
was in the
Steve.
middle of finals, but now I'm going into next term. And the beginning of the term, yeah, and the beginning of a term's a lot easier, so I'll have more time to read during the beginning of a term than I would at the end of a term.
Okay, so roughly, when are we talking? Roughly, and it can be very rough.
I think we can plan it for about 2 weeks out. I should be well prepared by
That's
then.
not bad. That's not bad at all. And would it? Wait, I better write this down. I know your cousin will remind me, but I like writing it down myself. Let me get a piece of paper here, folks. There we go.
Yeah, because I also want to pull up that quote from your Popistry archives that I was telling you about, and you're like, "Where did you hear that from?" I would like to pull up that
Right.
quote.
Okay. So 2 weeks out. So are we looking at a Friday? I'm looking forward to this. Now, see, this is important to me. And as well as it's important to you, obviously.
Oh yeah,
So,
and I want
um,
to have a good debate if that I can.
all right, today's Sunday. Is Sundays good for you? Since
To
we're
answer that question, usually Friday nights and Saturday nights, I have a ton less going on than any other nights. Because other nights, I'm putting kids to bed and getting lunches ready for the next day and all that
got,
goodness.
gotcha. So how about if we do a Saturday? Is that good?
That would work fine.
And there's not a whole lot of other podcasts out there on Saturday. So, okay.
That'd
All
be
right.
great.
I just need a date. Steven, you might be helpful here with the calendar in front of you there.
2 weeks from now would be about the 10th. It would be Sunday the 10th, September the 10th.
Okay, so it's not Saturday, Sunday the 10th. Okay. And of course, the time would be on a Sunday. Well,
Saturday.
the kids probably got something planned. They usually do on Sunday evenings. However, they know that I'm involved in YouTube, so their little feelings won't be hurt if I tell them we are having a.
But you keep saying, Pastor, you keep saying Sunday, but you mean Saturday.
Well, Stephen said Sunday the 10th. Am I right, Stephen?
Sunday the 10th is just 2 weeks from today.
Right.
Yeah, so we want it Saturday the 9th then.
That's wonderful. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't losing my hearing yet. Okay. So Saturday the 9th. Okay. And what time's a good time? 7:30 or later?
I thought Dustin left because he still has that picture of that stupid Hillary DeSantis.
7:30?
You mean Hilda Santos? During
Yeah,
Hilda Santos?
7:30 then, Ted?
yes, sir. That sounds great.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and we're still 2 weeks out. This will be great. 7:30. Okay. I'm ready to go.
All right, so tonight, though, you guys can debate icons.
All right, I don't mind doing that. That's fine because let me get a bottle of water. Steven, by the way, I did not get a coffee maker, bro.
What? Why?
Because dude, I wasn't kidding you, man. I was doing 6-7 cups of coffee a day. That can't be good for my blood pressure. At least that's what my doctor said.
Couldn't you have got
Put cinnamon in your coffee. It will help.
Oh, cinnamon makes it good too.
Well, cinnamon helps with blood too.
Yeah, I'm grabbing a bottle. Wait, you're saying coffee helps? Wait a minute, I want to hear this so I can argue with my doctor.
No, I said put cinnamon in it because cinnamon helps with the blood pressure.
Oh, okay. All right.
So wait a minute. Are you gonna quit coffee cold turkey?
No. I'll have to eventually buy one because what I'll do tomorrow is run down to the Rudders, get an extra large coffee, and this it's stupid. Running down, it's not far. It's about a quarter of a mile, if that.
But that means
Now,
you have to leave your house. That means you have to wake up and leave
yes,
your
get
house
out of
to
bed,
enjoy your
get
morning coffee
get
that wakes
dressed.
you up.
Yes. It's stupid. So guess what? How much you willing to bet on my way to Rudders to get my coffee? From Rudders, I go to Walmart and buy a pot of coffee. I mean a coffee maker. Who thinks that'll happen?
I think it'll happen.
Hey, Steve, what did you mean by icons?
I give it about 20% odd.
Icons are. I know how Pastor Chuck's going to describe it. I'm trying to describe to you how
We're not
Protestants
talking
would describe them
celebrities.
and why Protestants have issues with them. Protestants would compare them to like graven images.
Yeah. Let me see if my icon shows up. Let me turn my camera on. Oh, wrong mouse. See that right there? See my thing? That's an icon. You see Jesus there?
Oh, okay. So yeah, graven
Okay.
images, idols, so forth.
That's an icon. Okay.
So you mean icon as an idol? I gotcha.
Okay, if you say so. But anyway,
No cheap shots, Yawsome.
Okay.
I didn't mean it that way, but I see how it could have been taken that way. My apologies.
Well, that's why I try to be careful how I worded it. That's how Protestants would receive them.
I say this matter of factly because that's just how I've been raised to identify it. It wasn't a low blow or a personal shot.
I didn't take it that way. I'm thick-skinned. Now, if I may have the floor first, okay?
Of course.
I'll try to. Good. Ryan's here. Ryan can back me up on an Orthodox church. He was given a tour. Am I right, Ryan?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I did attend services a couple of months ago.
Okay.
I attended service at an Orthodox church on Saturday evening.
Mm-hmm.
I've been meaning to go back again and go back with my friend Jordan, who lives right around the corner from that church.
Okay. And was it a priest that gave you the tour?
Yeah. Well,
okay. The reason I asked, sometimes a deacon could have given you the tour.
Yeah, it was the actual priest.
Okay.
He spoke with me at pretty good length.
Okay. Now, when you walk into that church, you smell something. What do you smell?
Yeah, the incense.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I'm sure whether you ask the question or not, it doesn't matter. What did the priest explain to you why they have incense burning when you walk into the church?
Yeah, I think to create a more spiritual environment, a more heavenly environment. Because
right.
I know what they try to do with their service. They try to make it appear that heaven comes down,
right,
to earth during the service. It's very I'm going to go back again eventually. It's very what's the word? Reverent. It's very worshipful.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed.
But one of the main reasons of having the incense was to do something to the senses.
Right. Yeah. It heightens your senses.
That's it. And But let me ask you this: were you, at any time were you worshiping that incense?
No,
Mhm.
no, I was not worshiping the incense.
Okay. Now I'm sure while you were at that church, you saw icons like the
Mhm,
one I displayed.
mhm.
Did the priest explain to you why they have icons?
No, he did not get into that. But
Okay.
I've heard you talk about it. I've heard you
Uh,
talk
mm,
about the icons.
okay.
Um,
And real quick, I want to say, Ryan, I'm not setting you up in any way. I just think it's neat to have it coming from a Protestant's perspective.
yeah.
You know, you understand what I'm saying. That
Mhm.
okay, good.
Yeah,
So,
it was a very, very different church service from what I was used to.
uh,
But I'm certainly not going to say because it's different than what I'm used to, it's therefore bad. No, I'm not going to
mm,
say that at all. No, I
okay.
actually enjoyed it, and I plan to go back again in the near future.
Now I have to ask this one, and you'll know why. Did they have well, everyone, even Catholics would call them pews. Did they have pews in this church?
They really the seating was around the periphery. It
Mm-hmm.
was around the walls. They did have some pews, but it wasn't like what I'd be used to, where you'd have a row,
Right.
row of pews with the.
Well,
I mean, one thing is very small. It was a very small
yeah.
church.
Well, the reason they had it around the periphery was for older people like my age. You know
Mhm.
uh, that was supposed to be a joke, guys. Anyway, that can't. Seriously, that it's
Mhm.
just some have disabilities, some have
Mhm.
bad backs. That's why those
Well,
pews were around there. Did you stay for the whole service?
Um, yes, I did. I
Okay.
did. 'Cause I actually spoke to the pastor. Actually spoke to him after it was over with.
Mm,
But I think when I mentioned this to you,
go
people
ahead.
started to leave the service. I think the service actually ended officially, and people
Uh-huh.
began to make their way out into the front lobby. But other
Right.
people stood in line to speak
Uh-huh.
with the
Oh,
priest, the pastor, and
mm-hmm.
they would walk up to him. He'd put a like a blanket over them
Right.
and he'd speak to them and I guess pray with them or whatever. And while that was happening, someone else was standing at a podium or standing and reading out of a book and just basically reading praises to God. Thou art the Most High. That just repeating that over and over again. And I figured that was probably so that the person reading would drown out whatever was being said by the
Right.
pastor to the person he was speaking to,
Mm-hmm.
so other people couldn't hear what they were saying.
Right.
So that went on for a good 30 minutes or more after the service officially ended. And I
Right.
sat and I waited. I stood there, and I think the whole thing this was a Saturday evening, by the way. I think they call it
Right.
Vespers. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was
Yeah. Saturday evening.
Hey guys, I gotta drop out.
okay.
Are you okay,
All right,
Dustin? Wow. Okay. That was
Okay.
abrupt.
just out of curiosity, that blanket thing, is that kind of like in like remembrance of like go into a closet and pray by yourself kind of thing? Is that why they do that? I've never seen that before. I was curious.
Yes.
Um,
Go ahead.
there was
Oh,
this little corner,
Or
a little
that's why
corner of the room
they did it, because I
where
know
mhm.
you said you weren't sure why either, so I was asking him why. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean, I guess you do the same thing, Father Charles. Do you,
Yeah. Yeah.
they'll something over them?
Tabby got it exactly right. I just wanted to see, Ryan, what you took from it.
Okay.
And it's not a robe. Well, yeah, you could call it a robe. It's a stole. It's called a stole. And
Okay.
uh the priest is at this point praying for the congregation. He is actually praying vespers. Okay. So
Okay.
when vespers is over, then the service is over with. That's why you see people leaving during this time.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to get back. Did you see a lot of icons there? You probably should have.
Yeah, there was. I mean, I took pictures, and maybe I could send them. There was a pretty good number of them, and it was everything was very pretty the way it was decorated. Like candlelight.
Yeah, I should send pictures for my church. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's areas that look like altars, I guess, altars.
Yes,
that had the icons on them,
and
there was a room in back of the main room where the pastor would come from through a curtain. He would come out through a curtain.
Right. Yeah, that'd be the main altar. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
go ahead.
So there was pretty good bit of there was a pretty good number of icons. I need to go back again soon.
At any time, did you see any of the, we'll call them parishioners because that's what they're called. At any time, did you see any of these parishioners throwing themselves down before these icons?
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see anybody throwing them. I would see somebody maybe stand in front of one and pray. But I didn't see anybody do anything like throwing themselves or anything.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to be so dramatic. I guess for being less dramatic, did you see anyone kneeling down and laying prostrate?
I saw people kneel. I didn't see anybody laying flat on the floor. I did see people kneel, and they did the sign of the cross.
Right.
Like when they would enter the room, they would do the. I guess that was the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Right. Yes.
I did see people do that as they would enter the room, and I think they would maybe kiss their hand and touch the. If I remember, this has been a couple of months ago now. But
you're doing good. You're doing good. You got a good memory. You got a good memory. You do.
Yeah. I do want to go back again soon though, and I got a brochure while I was there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you probably have these in your church too.
We do.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty standardized.
Yeah.
So, let's see what other. Did you feel at any time uncomfortable? And please be honest. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You really won't. I promise. Did you feel at any time uncomfortable, like perhaps you were in the midst of pagans?
No, I never felt that way.
Okay.
No, I mean it was definitely different, but it didn't like make it. I never got this impression. Oh, this is too weird. I got to get out of here, man. No,
that's what I was looking for.
I never felt that way. I never felt uncomfortable. Like these people are a bunch of weirdos. I never felt that way.
Okay. Let's see. What else might you find? Did you have well, I guess so. The priest was giving you a tour. At any time did you think, well, you know what? This guy's kind of weird.
No, I never felt that way. He was very kind. He was very kind and gentle of spirit. He was very, very tender-hearted. Very, very. I got that impression from him. Yeah. And he had a British accent, so I assume he was originally from.
Yeah, he probably was. We have been. Oh, this is a terrible way to say this, but we have been importing British priests from, obviously, from the UK. not that we are lacking in American priests, but they got it all figured out mathematically, and there's no need for me to get into all that.
Yeah.
But I will assure you that we are not lacking American priests. I think they just want to, and they're very conservative too. So I don't want anyone to think that they have to have some kind of tally of so many British, so many English. It goes far deeper than that. And I'm going off in a rabbit hole. So we'll leave that. And did you have? Go ahead, please. Go
I mean,
ahead.
I had a pretty positive experience that night, and I want to go. I need to get in touch with Jordan about it and see if one Saturday evening in the next month or so, maybe he and I can meet there. He can go to the service with me. I did speak to some of the parishioners, and they're all very nice. And one of them, I think he had left a Methodist church, possibly, or maybe even been a Baptist church.
That's possible.
And came to the Orthodox, started going to the Orthodox. Yeah. I like I said, I talked to some.
One of the biggest influxes to the Orthodox Church is from the Baptist Church. That's just that's not to knock the Baptist or in any way. It's just a fact of statistics. Okay. The second most influx is, guess what, from the Roman Catholic Church.
The Catholics, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that a lot of Baptist churches have gotten so contemporary and so modern. I think people might be drawn to the Orthodox Church because they want something that is traditional, that goes back centuries, that's very, like I said, they want something that they feel, okay, this goes back hundreds of years. This is something that hasn't changed, because I used to go to a Baptist church. I grew up in a Baptist church that used to be good old fashioned, read out of the, sing out of the red book, hymnal. And my church, that church, it no longer exists, but it changed. It got contemporary. They no longer had a choir. They started having a praise, worship and praise band, and a lot of people left the church when it did that. And so I can see some of them maybe wanting to go to an Orthodox church from the Baptist church that got too contemporary for their tastes.
Right.
It was like during the 90s. During the 90s is when the church I grew up in changed from a old-fashioned Baptist.
I remember that. Didn't they have some kind of big convention, Ryan, where they decided who could get married and who couldn't? I'm trying to keep it light here.
That would have been later, I think.
Was it later? Okay.
Yeah, my church was an SBC church. It was, we got our like Sunday school materials from the Southern Baptist Convention. We had Royal Ambassadors. We had Girls in Action. So it was an SBC church. And I just remember even my own parents, they left the church after it went too contemporary for their tastes.
Gotcha.
When the choir, no more choir, no more hymnals, it's so a lot of Baptist churches changed back in the 90s because they were after the modern day people,
Yeah, I figured I knew I was close, with but
gentlemen,
yes.
I've been going for 3.5 hours, and I have to get up very early to farm, and I am afraid I'm gonna have to close it down.
That's fine. That's all good.
But
All right.
Pastor Chuck, you should probably get with Ryan and Stump in the next couple days, and you guys like schedule so you know who's doing what
Yeah,
on what
we
days,
probably
and you guys
should.
don't overschedule each other.
La, 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 la. Hey, this is going to be a dumb question, Steven, before you go. You haven't left yet, have you?
Mm-mm.
If I hit end broadcast, will me and Ryan still be able to chat? Or does that cut everything